Hey guys, Alex Lasso from sunny South Africa. I think United will pull this one out the hat. 3-1 to United.
Hi, my name is David Rhino. My match prediction for tonight's game is Man United 2, Bayern 1. Up the Paddock.
Back again, P-Mac predicting at Bayern Munich Old Trafford. Didn't go to plan that time. They lost 5-1 to Frankfurt at home, Bayern Munich, so I'm going for 2-1 Man United. Up the way, up the Paddock.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United versus Bayern Munich in the Champions League. A must-win game for Manchester United. Joe McGraw is here. How are you, Joe?
I'm very good. I'm excited. I've spent the day in Manchester, so I'll be seeing all the Germans coming in ready for it, seeing their own German markets in town.
I wonder what that felt like for them.
I don't think they're like. It's chucking down rain in it today. Yeah. It's going to be a wet, soggy one. They're up for it.
Yeah,
we're up for it.
We're absolutely
bloody up. United are up for it.
I'm so up for it. I'm nervous. I want to just get straight into the team news because there's a single piece of slightly surprising news in this team news. Let's just get into it then. So in goal we've got Andre Onana, a back four of Dalot, Maguire, Raphael Varane, coming back in, and Luke Shaw as well. Got Scott McTominay, Amrabat, Anthony, and Bruno. And then we've got Garnacho and Højlund as well. If we get we'll get the graphic on screen in just a moment as well, so you can all see that. Get your thoughts in the comments. Get your thoughts on this game down there. Let me just go through that team again. So it's Onana in goal. Then we've got a back four of Dalot, Maguire, Varane, and Shaw. A midfield three of McTominay, Amrabat, and Fernandes, with Anthony, I would assume, on the right, Garnacho on the left, Højlund down the middle. No Rashford.
My question would be,
the other day.
He was ill. My question would be, going into one of our biggest games of the year, is this our best team that we've got? Is this the best starting 11? Has Ten Hag done something different or out there?
Look on the bench. Who else would you be playing? So on the bench we've got Bayenda, Heaton, Evans, Reguilon, Wan-Bissaka, Gore, Hannibal, Mainu, Pellistri, and Hugill. Other than maybe Kobbie Mainu, but I can understand why you wouldn't want to play him in a must-win game against Bayern Munich. Yeah. Other than Kobbie Mainu, who are you starting there that isn't playing right now?
That is our strongest team. Dalot for Wan-Bissaka maybe, but again, there's been hit and miss about who's perfectly suitable for that role. I don't think any of them are. But going against Bayern, obviously Ten Hag's assessed their attacking threats. Yeah. He's worked with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka so much now, he'll know which one is perfect for today. Or, not perfect, should stop using that word because I don't think we've got a perfect team. The one that will probably do the best job. Yeah. He's gone with Dalot. Yeah. You got to hope he's right, because Bayern, they're going to come at us today. They want to silence us pretty much straight away. It's one of the biggest games in European football. Yeah. When we often meet each other, it's a class game. And at Old Trafford, they know we've got weaknesses this year. Yeah. And I think they're just going to go for us straight away.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Let me just go through their team then. So they've got Manuel Neuer back in goal. I know he's been back for a little bit now, but he was out for a long time with injury. Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, Alphonso Davies and Nusayr Mazraoui as well as their back four. I don't know why I did the centre-backs and then the full-backs, but there you go. Joe. Then in midfield, we're looking at Kimmich, Goretzka and Musiala, and a front line of Sané, Coman and Harry Kane as well. So
good team.
Pretty much full strength for them. Very, very good looking side for Bayern Munich. I'll go through that again. Neuer in goal, Mazraoui, Upamecano, Kim Min-jae and Davies as their back four. Kimmich and Goretzka as a sort of holding pair. Musiala, Sané and Coman in behind Harry Kane. We'll also be hearing from Ronaldo Brown in Stats Corner in a little bit as well. But before that, give me your thoughts on that Bayern team. Get your thoughts in the comments. So I'm going to go to the comments after we've heard a little bit from Joe on that Bayern team.
It's a great team, and it's going to be a great game. It's so interesting because you take Premier League football and Champions League football at two different ways this year, because we score goals in the Champions League and it feels like we're absent of them in the Premier League. But they're going to come here. I think, did they get beat on the weekend, if I'm right?
Yeah, they lost 5-1 to Frankfurt.
So their fans are demanding, just like Manchester United fans are. If you get beat 5-1, your next game of football has to be a win, and it has to be a pretty convincing win as well to stable the ship, which is a very, the fans want the best because they've had the best for years. So they're going to want this game, and I know that it doesn't really matter. The results that falls their way, it doesn't really matter, does it? No. Bayern are through. but they still want to get 3 points and finish top of the league. So I'm a bit worried. If only things are falling differently, that man Harry Kane might be starting for Man United.
I know.
But unfortunately, it's not the case. We've got a young lad, Højlund. Again, Premier League and Champions League is different. Højlund, you'd look at him in the Premier League, well, worried about him, he's not scored yet. But in the Champions League, you know he can do. And you hope that he has another one of those nights tonight, because we can't... I mean, we're both coming off the back of big losses. We got beat to Bournemouth 3-0.
Yeah.
That sounds a ridiculous sentence to say out loud, but it happened. So both teams need this win to make sure things are back on track. But I'm slightly worried because there's lots going on in the minute at the dressing room. There's lots going on about, Ten Hag and how his control over the players, is it as strong as it was when he first came in? And a game like today needs a manager to have structure, to have confidence, and to have a really clear tactical plan.
Yeah.
And he also needs to get that across to every single one of these players to even give us a chance to beat Bayern. And I hope that communication is there. I hope he's got these guys rallying. I want to see heads up. I want to see strong mentality. I want to see a lot, to be fair, Joe. I'm asking for a lot.
We need to see a lot that we've not seen much of recently, don't we? That's the problem. We've got a few comments. Needy Terminator says, our midfield is going to get annihilated. Amrabat on his own against Musiala and Kane dropping in the 10 with no help from Scott. Well, there has to be help from Scott.
Yeah.
That's like you're saying there. We have to see some things that maybe we don't always see. Scott McTominay isn't just there to score goals and win us the game. He's there to stop them doing the same thing. And that's the problem at the minute. We can't stop other teams scoring. I know Chelsea didn't score, but that was, I would say, largely down to the fact that their forwards, Mudryk and Nicholas Jackson, are just shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just crap. So that's my worry. It's a good comment there from Needy Terminator.
Why did we get beat against Bournemouth such a horrendous
to be
defeat?
Fair, I think the 3-0 of it all was a little bit fortunate for Bournemouth. If you look at the stats and we had all the ball. I think they had 4 shots on target and scored 3 goals. I'm not saying they didn't deserve to win or that United were great, but I think the fact that it was 3-0 was slightly fortuitous for them.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, 2 of the 3 goals were us giving the ball away against their press. And it's like, that's what we're trying to do to other teams. And they did it to us. That's my problem with McTominay. He's so busy thinking about what he can do to Bayern and what he can do to Bournemouth and what he can do to whoever, that he doesn't think about what they can do to us. It's like he's just a one-directional player. And if he's not scoring, then he's not really doing a lot.
Do you see players like Mainu not getting an opportunity today? Do you think that's because Ten Hag's looking for a bit more experience in a game like this? I honestly went into this thinking possibly Mainu gets a look in, just because that hunger that he's got. You can sense as a young player, he wants every single minute on the pitch. He's got something about him where he wants to give everything. And I just felt today maybe was a good opportunity to welcome him a bit more into the world stage and show everyone what he can do. I worry now Amrabat's obviously there for experience and a bit more of a footballing brain because he's been doing it for so long. But I'm worried that might come back to bite us in the arse a little bit.
Yeah. Ten Hag been talking about Varane, talking about sort of the opposite end of the experience.
Well, the rumours were Varane and Ten Hag weren't friends, were they?
Well,
I've heard a couple of things.
No, but that's the thing. Everyone's saying that Varane wants to leave and that he's sick of not playing. And after the derby, that he sort of threw his toys out the pram a little bit and didn't demand a transfer by any means, but was sort of saying, you know what, if there's an offer, let's listen to him. But he's playing him, and he said, you see the squad, we need strong defending today. He's very experienced, the most experienced, certainly in the Champions League of anyone, other than Casemiro at the whole club, but certainly in that starting lineup. He'll be playing in the centre-half position with Harry. I mean, it's not giving much away there, is it? That's not much of a secret from Ten Hag. Oh my God, Varane's playing centre-back. Who'd have thought? Especially against Bayern, we need to defend very strongly. As we all know, he's a very good defender, so he's obviously praising him. He's always done that pretty consistently since he's joined, hasn't he, Ten Hag? He doesn't come out and slag players off very often. And the couple of times where he's done it, he's been, told off for it. A little bit. Everyone having a go at him for being too harsh on Sancho, but I think a lot of people have sort of changed their mind on that now. But he's come out and defended Varane. But just looking at the bench, and I mean this is no offence to anyone on there, because just looking at it now, none of them are any of the candidates that you'd say aren't putting the effort in or anything like that. A lot of youngsters on there who, haven't had much of an opportunity either way. But Bayende, Heaton, Evans, Reguilon, Wan-Bissaka, Gore, Hannibal, Mainu, Pellistri and Hugill is a very, very thin bench,
so stupid.
If we're 2-1 down with 10 minutes to go, what are we doing?
It's an awful bench.
It is.
Like, read them out loud.
Sorry to say that.
It's
lads.
awful. Where is that player that, like you say, if we're 1-0 down, where is that even old school striker that's got no legs in him, but he's like 33, 34, but can come on and give us 15 minutes to get us a goal? We've not even got that these days.
No.
We've not even got a little bit of experience that can help us clutch the victory if needed. We've just got a team of... not many of those players, I mean, some of them are young like Hannibal and Maynard, but not many of those players would... I mean, Evans... Wan-Bissaka
is 37, Evans 35, Reguilon.
Where's our goals
loan.
In there? Pellistri?
There's no goals in there. I think if you added up the total professional goals for that entire substitutes bench, I'm going to guess at first team level, Pellistri, I don't know how many he got before he moved to United, you're probably looking somewhere in the region of 10 goals, aren't you?
And this is the game of football where Manchester United could get kicked out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be... it's not negative, but it looks like Champions League football this year is going to be quite hard to get into. The top four is going to be quite a difficult battle.
The top 5 it may be now as well.
So why is that? Because City won it?
No, because, it depends who the coefficient by the end of this year, but they're giving an extra spot to the two teams with the best UEFA coefficient. That those leagues get an extra spot. And for like 7 of the last 8 years, England have been one of the top 2 teams coefficient-wise.
Oh, okay.
So if City do well, or West Ham, or even United in the Europa or whatever, and Arsenal, then United or whoever finishes 5th in the Premier League will get a Champions League spot as well. So that helps us out.
It helps us out.
But the actual, like you said though, the top of the table is as tight as I remember seeing it. No one's running away with it. Tottenham 3 weeks ago were top of the league. And now they're 3 points ahead of us, and we're on the verge of sacking Ten Hag by the sound of things. So it is mad how quick it can turn around.
I think you've got to be looking at the big Premier League battles between the best teams for the last 20 odd years. You have to be consistently great to be up there. I mean, you look at the City and Liverpool battles of the recent years. You have to be consistently great. Whereas I just think you've got to be consistently good at the minute. And you've just got to make sure you get wins, and if not, you get draws. Unfortunately, we're picking up losses left, right, and centre. So that has us at the roundabout, like you say, the 7th, 8th place at a minute. But things turn around, don't they? And like you said, we've had so many points of this season already where we thought we're down and out, but then a couple of wins here and there, and we're 2 points behind City or 3 points behind City.
Yeah.
So it's such a up and down ride being a United fan at the minute. You got a midweek game against Chelsea, where you win, and I know it's not a great Chelsea squad, but you still take, the comforts of that victory. And then you've got a roaring Old Trafford. We met a lot of people on Friday night. They've come down from it from London. I mean, these are lads that saved up for it for ages. That's their weekend. 3-0 against Bournemouth, you get beat. And you think, fucking hell, that's 200, 300 quid. The families around Manchester, everyone coming in for a great day. Good win against Bournemouth. Nice Saturday ahead.
Set us up for the week as well, because we've got Bayern Munich and Liverpool this week. So let's start off with a comfortable win against Bournemouth. Following up that Chelsea win. Let's see what we can do. What happens?
Don't underestimate how big this is for Ten Hag. I really think he understands how massive these 2 games are for him.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich, is he going to get in the next Champions League round? Looking like a miracle is needed, but also, is he going to get Europa League football if things fall his way? Because that's still European football. And then Liverpool, one of our worst defeats in the history of the club, happened last year under Ten Hag. We can't have anything that mirrors it. Otherwise, you sort of the writing's on the wall a little bit. But I'm not. It's not what I'm saying. This is what I believe.
It's what we've seen in the past, isn't it? So just on that then, in terms of qualification. So let's just go through some of the permutations that are sort of required here. So for anyone who doesn't know, obviously, Bayern Munich are currently on 13 points, Copenhagen on 5, Galatasaray on 5, United on 4. Mm-hmm. United play Bayern, therefore, of course, Copenhagen play Galatasaray. Now, if Manchester United win tonight, we are guaranteed European football of some kind in the next round. Right?
Just go and win, boys. Just go and win.
If United win and Copenhagen and Galatasaray draw, that is the only way United can go through and stay in the Champions League. We have to win, they have to draw, right? If we win and either of those other two teams win, they will go through in second, the team that wins. Bayern in first, United will be third and drop down to the Europa League, okay? If United and Bayern draw, and I think Galatasaray win, we will go ahead of Copenhagen on something, and we will get Europa League. If United draw and Copenhagen win, we're out. So essentially, let's just be honest, United probably need to win.
I think it's best to say, if you stick with us, we'll guide you through it.
Yes, and we're going to have an updating as it stands table on the side of the telly as well there. So you'll know what's going on as much as anyone knows what's going on. But yeah, we'll have that as it stands table updating on the screen as the games go on.
The team's coming out now for training. There's a bit of a... well, there was images, weren't there, of United's training yesterday. I'm not a professional footballer. It looked a bit...
You're not?
I nearly got there. But the head was too big. I am not a professional footballer, but the training yesterday seems got a bit of a kick in from everyone.
Yeah, I think it was Andy Mitten who recorded it.
Yeah.
Because he was in the press. Obviously, this is the press. Two things to mention. One, it did look quite sluggish and slightly low quality, we'll say. Balls going over the top, misplaced passes in the sort of small rondo. It was like two rondos next to each other. For those who don't know, rondo, you stood in a circle, one or two or three or however many people are in the middle trying to get the ball off your pass.
Ronda Rousey's there beating everyone up.
She's flipping everyone on the floor.
Ronaldo's fuming.
Arm bars and that. But there was two of them next to each other, and you had to do 5 passes in one or whatever it was, and then pass it to the square next to, and they do 5 and pass it back. I don't think they got 5 passes once in the little clip we saw. But the two things to mention. One, this was the media section of the training. Now, I don't know if this was the case yesterday, but it's often the case that for the first portion, the warm-up, the sort of initial part of the training, the press are allowed to see, take pictures, whatever, and then they go, right, we've got to practice for specifics for tomorrow now. You lot leave, we'll do the proper training, the detailed stuff that we don't want to give away any tactics. So this was obviously the bit that you're allowed to see, which is maybe not taken quite as seriously, although it should be. And number 2, it was a 26-second video.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot to it.
Like, it could have been just a particularly sloppy part of the video, like of the training. Yeah. It didn't look great, but it wasn't.
It didn't look great.
It's not particularly damning, I don't think.
I think that some United fans are worried about is that obviously the top of the club is where the worst part of the club is. And you worry that the trickle-down effect has made its way all the way down. So no matter how hard Ten Hag is trying with his coaches, there's just something not clicking. And that's the worry in it, because we're in a position now where it's like, rinse and repeat, same old, new manager, 2 years, get to this time of the year in the manager's 2nd or 3rd season, and cracks start to show. It happened with Ollie at this time of the year. I think, was Ollie already sacked by now? We're in December, and then Jose was sacked sometime soon when he was gone. So it's just like, this can't be it, can it? Yeah. This can't happen again. And I think there's a lot of call for Ten Hag to remain. But I just feel that the people in charge may look at the next 2 results and may not have the know-how me and you have to sort of go, got to keep him. I think they might just make a knee-jerk decision.
I think it might be to Ten Hag's benefit that Jim Ratcliffe isn't there yet, because I don't think they're going to sack him.
Do you think if Jim Ratcliffe came in this week and he had the eyes over the next 2 games and say it doesn't go Ten Hag's way, do you think he might make a what kind of person do you think he'll be? Where he makes a statement decision? Yeah,
I don't think he's been hugely. What's the word? When you're kind to someone and you pay attention to them. Loyal. I don't know if he's been hugely loyal to managers at Nice. I think they've gone through a couple since he's been there, but I don't know enough about what he's like. I don't know enough about him as a person. Yeah. We know the Glazers a lot better. Yeah. What's it been, 18 years or so, the Glazers being in charge. So I think that if it had been a loss tonight, maybe let's say it's an embarrassing loss tonight, and a heavy defeat to Liverpool, I think that could very well be the end of him. Mm-hmm. However, if I'm Jim Ratcliffe, and let's say even those 2 things happen, I'm saying you're not sacking the manager like a month before I get there. Like, I'm meant to be in charge of this footballing side, which would mean
hold
I
on
have a
to him.
say in this. I have a say in who replaces him. You're not starting that process without me, because this could be like the forming part of my legacy at Man United is who's the manager, whether I stick with Ten Hag, whether we go for someone else, whatever. But you certainly wouldn't be letting them, the Glazers, change the manager weeks before you arrive.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So and hopefully, obviously, we win tonight. We win against Liverpool, and maybe even if we don't, then it might not be the end of the world anyway, or in terms of the end of Ten Hag. But hopefully, even if it would have been, this indecision above things will hopefully give him a bit longer to sort of turn things around. Because no offence to the people like Dan Gore, Bayindir, Hugh Gill, even Mainu and Hannibal and Pellistri to a certain extent. I know they played a bit more. I almost sort of exempt them from criticism. I'm not trying to criticise them when I say this. But if you look at the just the experience, then even if we take sort of quality away from it, you look at the experience on that bench. What can Ten Hag do except play those players that are there now? He's got nothing. Kobe Mainu is the only one who's...
Yeah.
But let's not forget, he started 2 games for Man United.
Yeah,
I know he's looked good in those games, but he's hardly fucking... Brian Robson on the bench, is it?
Put all our eggs in one
Aladdin's played
basket.
twice. He's played more than that. He started twice. So... you've got to be slightly careful about how you bring these lads in. And again, if he has a bad game, let's say it's Kobe Mainu started today. He has a bad game, United get beaten. Let's say Musiala spins him or puts him on his arse or Sané rinses past him. He might not start again for 2 months.
True, it could make or it could break him though as well. There's the flip end of that coin.
Let's go for a scenario where it's much more likely to make you than it is to break you. Do you know what I mean? I think playing youngsters in big games like this tonight, like you said, it can go one way or the other, but I'd rather bring him in a situation where it can only go one way. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's play him in that's why you play people in the League Cup against lower league opposition, because the chances of losing are so much slimmer.
Yeah.
But I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. It's just one of those games, isn't it, where you sort of hope that no matter what, there is just fight amongst them.
Yeah.
Like, I'd hate if we go out. Like, if we get beat by Bayern Munich, I play in 100%. We get beat by Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
If we get beat by Bayern Munich and our heads are down straight away, and there's no sort of fight or sort of angst about us, no guts, then you're fuming. It's like, what are we doing as fans here? What are we giving ourselves that we love this club?
Yeah.
Come on, get yourself up for it. It's 90 bloody minutes.
Yeah. We've just got a note on the screen, and funnily enough, I've got the exact tweet in front of me that they are referencing. Bayern Munich tweeted an hour ago.
Bayern Munich, their own Twitter.
Yeah.
This is a crazy tweet.
Let's be honest. German football generally isn't necessarily thought of as the most modest, is it? I think they've, especially as an international, they've got a reputation of supreme confidence.
One of the
reasons they win every penalty shootout, like, they've got this air of like, just fucking trust us, we know what we're doing. And on that vein, Bayern tweeted an hour ago, unbeaten in our last, and if you don't know this stat, you're going to be stunned, 39 Champions League group stage games. 39 games in a row.
There's some big teams kicking them out in there.
Let's have a look. They've got all the... So immediately I'm seeing Spurs, Benfica, Inter Milan. I'm seeing... Who else we got? Barcelona.
Is that Grimsby Town?
The Grimsby Town are in there. Man United, obviously in there. Sorry?
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, if
we're
there's one team...
Ajax as well.
If there's one team that can do it...
Who was it? One of these lot? It's Bayern Munich, wasn't it?
It's definitely not our team.
If there's one team that can do it, it's not United. In fact, we can leave that. We don't need to put that on screen because I think we've been through most of them. Atletico Madrid in there as well. Like, they've not had the easiest of groups every single time. Genuinely, to be undefeated in 39 Champions League group games in a row is
crazy.
Amazing. That's a full league season of playing against Europe's elite teams and not
Things
losing
come
once.
to an end though, Joe. Do you remember our unbelievable away record? Oh, how we'd kill for that now.
I love how your reference for things coming to an end is something United did that came to an end.
And that came to a crashing end.
It did, actually. Now we can't.
In fact, we can't even win away. And now I'm thinking this is the beginning of the end for Bayern.
Yeah.
We'll beat them here, and they'll look back at they'll rue the day they came to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And they faced McTominay and Amrabat in mid. And they were like, crikey, weren't they great?
Weren't they good, eh? They were nothing on, I don't know, Kimmich and Goretzka. Oh, God, their midfield is so good, isn't it? Musiala, I know he's a very talented youngster. I think I would keep Bruno over him, but the other two, you're swapping them in a heartbeat, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think.
Although Goretzka got a lot of stick, between the season. I think Bayern, they're in a strange point at the minute.
Yeah, they do me head in a bit, Bayern.
Do they?
Because they're all right, aren't they?
Yeah.
But like, they're not world class.
Well, they're weird because certain players like Alphonso Davies was in the news today because apparently he's reluctant to sign a new deal because he wants more money. He wants like 15 million euros, or these are the reported numbers, or something like that, 10, 11 million euros. Bayern don't want to because they think he's not sort of kicked on the way they would have wanted. Not quite happy with his performances. I think he's not having his best season. Then you've got players like Goretzka, who was linked with United in the summer, was linked with a move away. A lot of Bayern fans sort of saw him as almost like a McTominay type of player where he can do a bit of everything, but isn't amazing at anything. And yet when you come up against these players, they always seem to be fucking fantastic, don't they?
Yeah,
like
up for it as well.
You never get the McTominay Goretzka. Or you get the absolute beast who's just chucking everyone on the ground Goretzka. Like,
I feel like the stage like Old Trafford helps as well for them as well.
Yeah.
If you're coming here, you're travelling here, such a grand like arena to play in, and like such history at the stadium.
Yeah,
you want to make your mark, and and it's better as well when you're going against a team that Manchester United aren't the strongest position that they've been for ages. So why not put yourself into fifth gear and have us and give yourself a night to remember for your career, and that's what a lot of players do. We've given people Galatasaray will never forget when they came to Old Trafford this year.
Yeah.
And there's so many, but Bournemouth fans will never forget their away day at Old Trafford this year. There's so many different people who can step up, and I think Old Trafford helps because of just how unbelievable it is. You just hope that why can't our players get up for it?
Yeah,
there's going to be 70,000 plus fans there today.
A lot of people in the comments saying Musiala is way better than Bruno. You know what? I just disagree with you. I think he's very good. I know he's younger. He's only 20 years old. He could go on to be. But if Musiala played for Man United, he is not getting the numbers that Bruno's got over the last few years for us. He just isn't. And that's not even necessarily a knock on him. It's just how we are. But even Bruno last season got almost the exact goals and assists as Musiala did. I know it's not just about goals and assists, obviously. But in that number 10 position, it kind of is a little bit. It's not. A debate could go either way.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Bruno Fernandes is a better player, and I think if Bruno Fernandes played for Bayern Munich, the numbers you would see out of him would be absolutely disgusting. Like what Sancho did, and then some. What he was doing at Dortmund. Dim sum.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, he'd be getting fucking 30 goals and assists a season. Bruno would have.
Really? That's
of course
a big
he would. No, not really.
That.
He'd get 20 of each. Definitely. He got 30 goals from midfield for United when we were shit. Like, you can't act like Bruno Fernandes.
I'm not acting like anything.
No, you're not. He's had literally some of the best ever seasons for a midfielder. And people are acting like he's shit because Musiala's cool now.
Is he cool now? Is he one of those players that you get?
Right, here you go. Robit says Bruno living off his previous stats, right? Bruno Fernandes got the one less goal and assist than Musiala did last season. Right? Like that's not that bad for a team that... Like, Bayern are so much better than most teams in their league compared to how United are to Premier League teams.
100%.
Like,
and that's why I think clubs like Bayern and PSG, that's their downfall, is their competitive leagues aren't pushing them to their limits. And I think that's why they don't... Well, they'll do great in the group stages, but then they might get to a quarter-final, semi-final, but then it's why it's the English teams that win it, it's the Spanish teams that win it, is because they've got such great competitive leagues that it pushes you to the edge and pushes you right to the best of your ability week in, week out. You can't slack. Whereas I do think sometimes there's complacency with PSG and Bayern. And
weirdly, though, Bayern have overcome that more than PSG have, haven't they? Bayern have won it a couple of times.
But when was the last time Bayern won it?
2020.
Oh, was it 20?
Because it's the forgotten one. They won the COVID year. They won it when it was PSG versus Bayern.
Yeah, I forgot that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Awful final, wasn't it? Was it a bad final?
It wasn't the worst we've ever seen, but it wasn't great. PSG.
Oh, it wasn't as bad as Liverpool-Tottenham. Oh my God, Liverpool-Tottenham final. If someone said I had to watch that again, I'd rather shit my hands and clap.
Yeah, it was a 1-0 final.
Oh, I told you it was bad.
But it was the 23rd of August. 2020, obviously, because of COVID.
23rd of August?
Yeah, because it got
late.
Yeah. I don't remember United played the Europa League final, didn't they, in August?
Oh, don't remind me of that.
Lost that as well.
I never forget it. I watched it at Hotel Football with Webby. Yeah. Webby was in charge. It was when you couldn't make noise Do you remember the
you
time,
couldn't
if
shout.
you're not watching in England, there was a law during COVID times where you could get together, you could sit in bars, you could mingle in groups of 6, but my God, if you spoke too loud, that's it, it's over.
Because you're expelling vapour at an absolute rate of knots.
And Paul Webby, who was looking after everyone at Hotel Football, every time there was when Cavani scored the equaliser, Webby nearly had a heart attack with the amount of noise we made. But then there was 12 penalties, weren't there? Or 11. 11 each.
So not just total.
Everyone's trying to go mad. Paul Webby, he tried to keep a grip on Hotel Football. I think he managed to. You look back at that and go, that was a crazy time.
It was an amazing time. We've got a couple more quotes, one from Ten Hag and one from Thomas Tuchel as well. Ten Hag, talking about Bayern, said, they will always make chances. They have some weaknesses at the back, so we have to make them weak. We have to be brave and take our moments. And Tuchel talking about United, so the sort of the inverse, saying sometimes they do a build-up with only 4 people to have 6 higher up the pitch. It explains to me why they are dangerous and also why sometimes you can catch them on counter-attacks and they are sometimes vulnerable.
Do you think managers like that are just saying stuff like that? I mean, was that a compliment? Or a backhanded compliment?
I think they were both backhanded compliments. But Tuchel's in particular was slightly critical, I think.
Of course.
Saying that we build up with only 4 players, which essentially it explains why we can't get out of our own box against teams who press. And also saying we leave space on the counter-attack so they can get in behind us.
Did Tuchel and Ten Hag have any history?
I'll have a look.
No, did they ever work together? Or obviously, probably did they? When did Tuchel get sacked from Chelsea? Pretty early on, I guess they wouldn't have played each other last year. So I thought did they ever come up through the ranks together?
I don't think they played against each other last season, did they?
No, I think Tuchel was sacked by then, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Sacked quite early on, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Tuchel's a decent manager, and he knows what he's doing. Unfortunately,
yeah, he does. He is a good manager, but again, like I was referencing before, it's not all happy at Bayern Munich at the minute. They're not top of the league. They didn't win the league last season. Well, they did win the league last season, sorry, but they weren't top for most of it. Which by their standards is a bad year. Do you know what I mean? Well, you only just won the league.
Yeah.
And I think there's always been this constant thing with Tuchel since he's come in that he's not quite the elite of the elite. I think
he's not Pep.
He's had a lot of stick. Although they didn't love Pep either. They're very particular, aren't they, Bayern Munich, with everything they do. What? I'm trying to say exactly what I've said, which is that they're very fucking particular. What do you think I'm trying to say, mate?
So why aren't they? Yeah, what makes them happy?
Jupp Heynckes winning a treble before retiring. That's about the last time I saw Bayern fans happy, 2012. But you know what I mean? They just... Someone said, Joey's full of it. Tuchel ain't cute at all. Did I say he was cute?
I don't think you said he was cute.
I don't think I did say he was cute.
You can say it now if you want.
He ain't cute, is he?
Nah.
He's one of the least good-looking football managers I can even imagine.
Yeah, he's not good-looking at all. He's not in my...
He's not as good-looking as Ten Hag, is he?
Nah.
And if that wins us the game, so be it.
What would you... Ten Hag? Ten Hag's not a good-looking man,
I'm not saying he is, but Thomas Tuchel looks like... I don't even want to say what he looks like. But what I will say is he looks like he's created a monster out of other small parts of other people's dead bodies. He's got an air of Frankenstein to him, hasn't he?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say. That's a fictional reference. I don't mean that literally. Ash McKean says, awful bench tonight. No impact sub to come on to win us the game if needed. Ten Hag's team selections are suspect, but good to see Varane again. I know maybe you're not referencing tonight. I don't know what else he could have done tonight. I mean, I think Ronaldo is available if we can have a quick chat. Ronaldo Brown is here.
I thought you meant Ronaldo's back then.
I wish Ronaldo was back. No, just on the team selection. First of all,
would you have me on the bench?
Team. What are you saying?
Would you have me on the bench?
Would I have you on the bench
tonight?
No, I think we'll stick with Pellistri instead.
No, I'd have you, Ronaldo.
He plays fucking week in, week out for Uruguay, man. No offence, Ronaldo, but I'll take Pellistri. What do you make of that team?
I think I'm in agreement with what you're saying, Joe. What else could we have really gone with? If I'm looking at the bench, apart from Mainu, I've been very vocal about it from the get-go anyway, about McTominay, and obviously he's had this spurt of a couple goals, but I feel like outside of that, he does more harm to the team than good.
Yeah.
I received a lot of criticism for that, but in my opinion, I would have gone for Mainu today. I know it's against Bayern, and it's a big game, but I still think I know it sounds a bit cliche, innit? If you're old enough, you could. If you're good enough, then
Yeah,
you're old
I
enough.
know. I agree with you.
Can I just read? Sorry, go on. Finish your point. I don't mean to.
Yeah, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And I think Mainoo's got the ability to thrive in a game like this.
Me too.
Where it's going to be very technical, a lot of good footballers on the pitch, and Mainoo's a good footballer. And I think he's not been. Obviously, we've had a lot of games back to back, and I feel like people are saying you don't want to burn him out, or you don't want to kind of put him into too many games. But I think a game like tonight, after we've seen how the past couple of games have gone, even the ones that we have won, where we've lacked control in games, and it's been like Amrabat isolated, I felt like we should have gone a little bit more pragmatic.
Yeah.
Had Mainoo and Amrabat together, almost as like a double pivot, and then try to not lose the game before we try and win it against Bayern today.
That. I also think McTominay, theoretically anyway, offers a lot more off the bench than Mainoo does. If you need to win a game, you can bring McTominay on, get him in the box, get him arriving. That might do it. If we're 2-0 down after 75 minutes, I don't see much on the bench. I need to read a comment here, and I need your opinion on this, Ronaldo, and yours, Joe. I don't know if he's joking, but if he isn't, this is one of the maddest football takes, as they say, that I've ever seen in my life. 3_gold says Muller, the Poundland McTominay. That is some of the worst, most disrespectful slander I have ever heard in my life.
He definitely doesn't mean it.
He's got to be joking on it.
He cannot mean that.
I think Thomas Muller might be the most underrated footballer I've ever seen in my life.
I think he is
an amazing footballer.
He's like an all-time assist holder as well.
Yeah,
in the top 6 European leagues.
I think he's got the record for Bundesliga.
How old is he now?
43.
He's old, but it's one of them. I think because it's aesthetic bias. I never pronounce that word correctly, by the way. I feel
aesthetic.
Like aesthetic bias. It is aesthetic bias with Muller. I think because he's not exactly pretty on the eye, and he's not flary, and he doesn't have this kind of elegance to his game. But he's a very good footballer, and he's very well rounded.
Yeah.
And one of his biggest traits, which is obviously something you can't always see visually, but it's very underrated in terms of football, is his footballing IQ.
Oh, one of the highest ever.
And I think Muller's got one of the highest football IQs that there's ever been.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he's been so good for so long, and he's been loved by so many managers. And he's played at the top of the game in European football for years.
And also he got 10 World Cup goals in his first 2 World Cups. He's just a big game player as well. In 2020, obviously he's past his best now. I'm not saying, he's not still at that level, but he has the record for most assists in a season in the Bundesliga. He got 21 in the 1920 season. Then the year after that, he retained the sort of the crown, if you will, with another 21. So he just fucking smashing it. Then I think the year after that, I think he got 18. Just astonishing numbers. Anyway.
So he's up for it.
If he meant that, whoever said that actually meant the Pound and McTominay slander towards Muller, I think he deserves to be banned.
I think he must have been joking.
He's got to be joking.
I think that warrants a ban.
Got to be joking. I think Muller's been playing football since I started really getting into it. I remember, I think it was the World Cup World Cup where Muller's taking a corner, stuff like that. I remember laughing at that when I was a little kid. And now it fascinates me still.
The Miroslav Klose days.
Yeah, the Klose days.
Yeah.
Hey, they were good days then. We were still decent back then. Now look at us. Playing a very good side in Bayern, and we've got a very...
I'm concerned about the bench as well. People did mention that in the comments, but a game like tonight where usually the difference makers will also be people that come off the bench, and Bayern have a lot of strength in depth. And I'm just worried that United get a little bit tired, either get a little bit fatigued, or we look devoid of ideas, and then you've got no one to really call on and change the game. Whereas I think Bayern have enough to, if they have a little bit of a lull in the second half, and they might only be 1-0 up or the game's in a balance, they can just go again with players that they can bring off the bench.
Because you've got to look at, Ten Hag obviously will have an eye on the fact that if this game goes to the dying 20 minutes and he needs a goal, what is he going to do? If we need a goal in the last 20 minutes, it's 0-0. The other results are going our way. It's a draw at Galatasaray. What? Who are we putting our hopes on there getting this goal? If everyone's knackered, Pellistri? Are we moving Mainoo up? Are we putting Mainoo on and moving McTominay up into his striking position that he loves at the minute? What's the plan?
But what's your thought process on some fans kind of not being asked if we lose today because they don't want to qualify for the Europa League?
Would you? That's the question. If we go out the Champions League today, would you rather go straight out or do you want Europa League football, Ronnie?
It's a difficult one to answer because I think we haven't got the squad, the continuity and anything going for us at the moment to deal with the Europa League campaign and a league campaign at the same time. But I don't really like to go into any games as a United fan wanting United to lose or to go out of anything, because in my opinion I think momentum's everything in football. I think after the loss that we've had against Bournemouth, I think if you throw the game today and then we go into a game against Liverpool on the weekend having had 2 disappointing losses, I think we could be in a bit of trouble. And I also think it wouldn't just be like United in trouble in terms of as a team and what we're aspiring to do this season, but I think Ten Hag could be in a bit of trouble if he loses this game and has an awful show on the weekend as well.
I mean,
would your Europa League football
get in the comments as well. What would you
out?
Prefer? Would you rather? Obviously, everyone would rather qualify. But would you rather Europa or go straight?
You said that Newcastle benefited a little bit last season from just completely focusing on the Premier League, and
but they did, and I know they got top 4 out of it. But I've seen United win the Europa League. Newcastle fans have never seen that. And I'm sure they would all swap a single top 4 finish for a Europa League, which gets you top 4 anyway. Obviously, you're not guaranteed to win it, but I'd always rather have the chance to win a trophy.
But winning the Europa League pushes you so far, and you really have to rely on just, at the end of the day, just one game of football in the final, which could go either way. And we put so much into last year's Europa League campaign. The game against Barcelona, what an epic game that was.
Yeah.
All for what, really? Nothing. And I know you can't think like that, but that does drain your squad a little bit.
It does, but then that's like saying, well, Galatasaray or Newcastle or Red Star Belgrade, you're not going to win the Champions League, so what's the point in being in it?
I know,
But I know you're not saying that, but I think, like, to me, that's what I hear when you say that, and I know it is different. I know the Europa isn't the same as the Champions League, so that chance doesn't even extend to the same sort of level of glory if you do win it. But I'd like watching Man United play.
Yeah.
I like watching us win games. I like watching us win trophies. And unfortunately for Man United, for Man United fans and for Man United, we're much more likely to win the Europa League than we are the Champions League. So, if we're not going to go through in the Champions League, I'd still take something. Do you know what I mean? I love that night in Stockholm. That was fantastic.
It was.
I wasn't in Stockholm, but
obviously you have to get there.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
I'm
never going to let.
You'd rather
I'm never going to let me in any way think that I'll be happy if United get beat. I'll never get that. But if we do get knocked out, then I will see the positives in both.
Yeah,
I'll see the positives in focusing on the.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Obviously, I want to get through, but I would find positives in just focusing on the league, and then I would find positives on more football.
Yeah, I'd spin it. I'll spin it whichever way we get.
Would we have to go
I'll
through?
try and focus on the positive.
Would we have to go through the fucking long way of getting in as well to Europa?
Yeah, we'd have
League?
to hit that qualification.
Could you be arsed?
What are you saying, Ronaldo? Would you rather go out, or would you rather? I know you sort of answered it.
Yeah, I
before,
sort of answered it, but I don't know if that's actually possible. If we won our games, if we beat Bayern and then won our next game after that as well, then I would. I'm not sure, because to me there's positives in both ways, like Joe said, but I'd actually not mind us going to the Europa League as much as it could be a detriment to league form, because I feel like, because what if we from out of Europe altogether and then we have a disappointing league campaign in hindsight, and then it's like, but we could have tried to make a little bit of a search.
I get that.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what? You turn in my mind more. I I felt like we gave a lot to Europa League last year, and that defeat, maybe it just had too harsh of an impact on me. Obviously, the game where you think you're winning, and then everything turns in our way 2-2, and then going away to them and getting battered, it was like, just feel like it drew me out a little bit. But
just on the Europa League groups and who United are, sort of, if we were to drop down, I'm not going to go into who's going to go through these Champions League games. Obviously, it's the last fixtures tonight. West Ham and Freiburg have already qualified.
Yeah, David Moyes would be fuming. He's gone, isn't he?
So we'd be playing a team that finishes second in their group, by the way. So Freiburg would be an option. Brighton would be an option. I don't know if you can play an English team straight away, so if not, then we wouldn't get them. Rangers are currently second in Group C. Sporting Lisbon, Toulouse are currently second in Group E. Villarreal, the team that beat us in the final, of course, under Solskjaer. Roma, Jose Mourinho's side. Karabag and Molde tied on 7 points in Group H as well. So no massive teams for the next round.
And do you
Roma
know what?
Would be the big one.
I've just remembered that the final is in Dublin.
See?
So
That's
you
what everyone
could
was saying,
imagine-
United versus Liverpool in Dublin.
Bloody
One of the
hell.
most absolute carnage
Maybe it's
moments
written.
in
Maybe
the
it's
history of
written on the
football.
wall. We're in the River Liffey before you know it.
Yeah, interesting. Have you seen there's some rumours about David Moyes
Coming to United.
No, but things maybe not going very well at West Ham. Then they've shut their training ground today. Did you see that? Because
Haven't they got rid of him because his contract?
No, I don't think he's been sacked. But
He's not
people
been
are sort of-
sacked, but
there's been suggestion of
I
it.
thought David Moyes had been. I thought that I read today that his contract has expired and therefore they've parted ways with him.
Is that right?
Google that. I'm sure he's gone.
So wait, West Ham have
No.
won.
I'm sure he's gone. Was I reading a fake story there?
I think you might. Yeah.
Was I reading a fake story?
Whose contract goes until the 12th of December?
What was
Except
I
the fucking
swear,
Saturday
I
Debenhams.
swear on Twitter I saw that. I was stunned by it. I was like,
Nah,
hold on, he's doing well. Sorry about that.
So then, what?
Misinformation.
West Ham have won a Euro. Just come off winning a European trophy, and they've just binned him straight
So
away.
what was the?
He hasn't
David
he hasn't
Moyes
been
thing?
sacked.
He hasn't been
There's
sacked.
just rumours about that potentially happening. That's all. And there's
5-0
some comments
5-0
mentioned
against
it,
Fulham.
which is why I'm
Maybe
talking
I
about
saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
it. What? That his fucking contract ends on the 11th of December. Who's that? If you work at Alton Towers and they're shutting for the winter, no one's contract ends on the 11th
I
of December.
swear,
Jack.
in my
my
eyes, saw
eyes.
something today.
Right.
Maybe. Do you know what's doing me head in? Maybe it's these like new accounts that can have a blue tick and they don't actually mean anything anymore.
I know. It's
Do you know what I
it's
mean?
sad, isn't it?
And I maybe read something false and I took it in as. So I apologise to David Moyes if he's watching.
He is. Jed's dead, baby. Says, pardon me. Oh, I'm going to be sick. No, it's not sick.
Now,
Right.
do we think?
He says, I think I'd prefer, to go out completely than going to the Europa. Having less games would benefit us in the second half of the season. There you go.
Jed's dead, baby.
Yeah.
Do you think? Nah, good character. Leave that.
Okay. We've got a few more super chats as well. Boyo says, hurrah, 'tis the Joes. We're getting Europa 100%. Joshua Bowater says, I back Eric Ten Hag, but playing this midfield week after week is asking for trouble. Just invites chances on our goal. I think if any one of Mount, Ericsson or Casemiro would fit, we would see them play. But they're not, unfortunately. Danny Inns says, 3-2 United injury time winner from the Champions League, Varane.
Blimey.
Akash Chiman says, actually, he doesn't say anything, but he's been a member for 31 months. Thank you very much, Akash. Tom Hutton says, do you think any other manager could have done better with this squad this season? I think Sir Alex would have had a good go at it. Nicholas Walker says, if you want to see both Rashford and Martial put pictures... What? Says even if they're ill, they can't sit on the bench for an impact. I mean, not if they're ill. No, of course they can't. If you're really ill, you can't play football, can you? Obviously.
What illness?
Do you remember?
Loads.
Do you remember?
Tiger.
City guys.
I feel like we had a lot of theories last year. Was it last year? It wasn't just for United alone, but for other clubs where whenever a player misses a game through illness, it's like it's code word for something else.
There's got to be something in that.
Like,
I'm not saying it's Rashford today.
Sometimes it could be illness, but it's
I'm
been
saying
found
it.
out that a lot of the time when there's been
there's
been an issue. It's an easy word for the club to put forward to the press and just say
can't question it.
illness.
It's a reason
I'm not
to
saying
miss
that's
one
what's
game.
happening today.
Yeah.
You need an injury that can make you only miss one game. Illness is the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sahil Patel says, if you put so much stock on Champions League, then you have to support being in the Europa because it's one of the only other ways to get into the Champions League. Worth remembering. Burnside, who's back, says that starting 11 isn't too far off. Pay attention to the first 60 minutes here. You should theoretically see a style and method. It will be telling.
Pay attention to the first 60
It's
minutes.
quite a lot of minutes, actually.
All right, cheers for that. I was just going to zone out until the 61st.
To be fair, I have seen you do that.
I've never done that. I always zone out in the last.
Oh, yeah.
The last 30, I am
You
gone.
are Burnside then. You pay attention for the first 60 minutes.
Yeah, and then I'm done.
Patrick Cassidy says, up the Paddock, up the Reds. Now, here's something I want to talk to you about, Ronaldo, because I know...
Doesn't want to talk to me about it.
No, I want to talk to you about it as well, but you've just mentioned the last 30 minutes you zone out. I know that with you, Ronaldo, you get very affected by results. You get very affected by Manchester United.
Ruins your day.
Your stress levels can go through the roof. I've seen it happen. Something I'm going to warn you of now, because of the nature of the fact that we need a draw in the other game, unless United are like 4-0 down and it's obvious we're out, this is going to go to the absolute wire tonight, the stress. Because even if we win, if we're 4-0 up, even if it's 2-0 in the other game, 1-0, 1-1, whatever it is, a goal at any time
6-0.
massively changes everything. This is going to be, for everyone at home, one of the most stressful 90 minutes of football we've had in a long time.
So
and
stressful.
Something. Did you realise? Had you thought that through?
It's the worst, but also it becomes, it garners the question of, have we and have I become a little bit desensitized to the United stress? Because it seems to be a week in, week out occurrence anyway.
Do you know what?
Because you are right. There's it's gonna be one of them where we're watching either score, and even if we win, we could be through when there's like 2 minutes left, and then they score and then we're out, and then you've gone from that kind of joy to despair, and it's difficult to deal with. But I think that's one of the reasons we watch football, in it, the peaks and troughs. But unfortunately, we've been too much on the low side recently, and I'd rather it not be stressful, as you say, and we actually win the game and the other result goes our way.
Yeah, but it's still going to be stressful, because even if it's 0-0 in the other game and we're 4-0 up, a goal for either team at any time.
Stop adding
means
the
that we're out.
stress.
Well, no, it's
Oh,
not. I'm not
fucking Ronaldo.
Joe, do you think
He talked himself out of stress
I have
then.
come up with this scenario?
He talked himself out of
Or
the
do you
stress
think
then,
maybe-
and then he went, yeah, but Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'm just
It
pointing.
is going to be stressful,
I'm
isn't
just
it?
pointing out what is about to happen, whether you realise it or
It
not.
is gonna be
you're about to be
stressful.
stressed. I'm not telling you. It's not my choice, is it? I wish we'd fucking beat Copenhagen and Galatasaray.
Of course.
We're already through.
Awful.
Right, the teams are coming out. Get your score predictions in the comments. It's going to be a stressful one.
Yeah, if you're Italian as well, it's going to be a stressful
I
one.
don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah, that was.
Hey, listen, I think we're going to win 2-1.
Who's scoring?
I think Højlund, because he always bags 2 for Højlund. Come on.
And what's the score in the other game going to be?
Yeah, it's not going to matter. I think we might win, and then the other team, Galatasaray, win, so then all of our hard work is meaningless.
Ronaldo, what are you saying?
Don't get stressed over there by picking your results. Okay?
You are going to get stressed.
I'm going 2-2.
2-2.
Wow.
Score draw.
Harry Kane's definitely going to score, isn't he?
And what happens in the other game?
I think in the other game, Galatasaray win.
Does that mean we go through to the Europa?
Mate, I'm not Carol Vorderman. The maths are doing my head in today. You're going to have to keep me up.
Well,
to
luckily
date.
we have got Carol Vorderman behind the camera, and they're going to be updating.
Hi, Carol.
Our live start.
Oof, Carol, crikey.
She's in.
Here we go.
Can we get a little bit of volage? You get your score prediction in the comments. Thank you, Ronaldo. We'll be hearing from Ronaldo Brown. Getting his stats at half time. If we just cut to his empty chair one more time, just to emphasise
He goes so quick, Ronaldo.
There he is,
literally,
he's gone.
You don't miss a beat. Ronaldo is gone.
He's just like a cartoon. You just did. Ping, it's just gone. Darmic says Sevilla just finished 4th in their group. Now that the Real Madrid of the Europa are not going to be there, I want to win this one. We have a chance. That is a good point. The fewer Spanish teams in the Europa, the better.
Sevilla do my head in. I'm glad they're out.
Yeah, me too. That's the thing.
Well, a lovely part of the world.
Oh, I went the other week.
The other week?
Yeah.
Months ago, wasn't it?
Well, end of September.
True. That was,
Couple months.
How was it?
Couple months.
Couple months.
It was fantastic, actually. Yeah, Sevilla, lovely place. Very busy.
Very, very, very busy.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah, really
Do they have
nice
a beach?
No.
Are they landlocked?
What?
Are they in the middle?
Yes. It's a landlocked city, yeah, of course. I'm just going to double check.
Yeah, double check it.
Yeah, they want the beach when I was there, unless they've put one in. Malaga, I went to there as well. That's coastal.
Malaga's definitely got a beach.
That's
beautiful
coastal
this
as hell.
time of year.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sevilla.
Well unlocked.
Sevilla.
Well, no, you're about an hour away, I guess.
Oh yeah, big time. So, some score predictions. Gareth Scott says 3-1. Sam Potter will flog these 4-0. Love that. I love the word flog. Matt, especially in that context, because you don't hear that very often, do you? Except the only time you hear that is no point flogging a dead horse. That's the only time you ever hear that term.
But it depends, isn't it? Because, like...
What?
What if someone wants a dead horse? Then there's a point. Flog it.
No, I'm making the... It doesn't mean flog it like that.
Does it not? Don't we sell it?
No, it means hitting it. Like there's no point hitting a dead horse because you can't make it run any faster if it's dead.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that
people
makes
are
sense.
selling
I
horse
still thought
meat
you
left, right, and
flog
centre.
it. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, well, how do you...
French?
Yeah, there was obviously the scandal of the horse meat scandal. They were flogging dead horses left, right and centre.
I miss it, me. The flavouring's gone from my lasagnas.
You said shepherd's pie. You haven't bought one since.
I know, I'll be fuming.
Since they took the horse meat out, and that's the European Union as far as you're concerned. Sonny Lally says 4-1 Bayern and Liverpool 6-0 United. Great, cheers Sonny. Ilias says Bayern 4 United 0. Asim says 2-1 United. Bloody hell, I'm nervous. Me.
Yeah, I'm fully shitting it.
Yeah.
Bayern are going to come for us. We've got to hold our nerve for the first 5-10 minutes and just let the game settle.
Yeah.
Because if they take advantage of what will be a nervous, like you got to admit, we quite. It's a youngish team out there.
Yeah.
You know, they're
it's still a very young team. Garnacho, Højlund and Anthony front three, average age of about 21. It's a very young side. Very young indeed.
Here we bloody
yeah,
go.
we're about to kick off then. Like I said, we will have the sort of as it stands going through as we go on as well.
This is it, boys. See you on the other side, everyone.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck, team.
We've
Kick off.
Fucking hell.
Oh, here we go.
Lost.
Onana needs a big game today as well.
Yeah, he does.
No mistakes, Onana,
Look at
please.
that.
No
Oh,
mistakes.
God.
Oh my God, straight away.
I've noticed this with Amrabat. He's got a little bit of a squeaky
Great.
head.
He's got a squeaky head. Do you think he Vaselines it?
The ball.
God.
Kane's in
Got me
behind.
offside, surely.
Oh
Oof.
my God.
I'll tell you what, Bayern nearly
Just
scored then. If anyone's on the back post, that would have been...
21 seconds in and Harry
Absolutely.
Kane is through on goal.
And I know a friend's job, but I may have walked off.
Yeah, he might have been offside there. And he was okay.
He was offside.
Anyway, right. Come on, ref.
Yeah.
Put your fucking flag up.
Yeah, stop putting us through
Because
the
that lowers our
fucking ringer.
confidence for no reason. That.
No. Little knobs. Right, come on then, let's go. Nice, this is it.
It's
a little bit.
It's a slippy night so far.
We could do with less chaos.
Amrabat's head.
You know what I mean?
Luke
There's a
Shaw's
lot of
studs.
balls flying in the air. Let's play it on the ground a little bit. Getting a little bit of grip.
It's like the national lottery, isn't it? Well done.
Do
It's
you
not
play
a
the
foul.
lottery?
It's not a foul. No.
Never have, we never will.
I think I might have once or twice, but never will. Are you into?
No, I'm not into the lottery.
No.
I was getting good at it at one point, but then I decided to give up.
That's the most Joe McGrath thing to say.
I
ever,
really
that.
thought-
What do you
I
mean
really-
you were getting?
I
good
really
at
thought
it?
I cracked it.
You were getting good at it at one point. Your numbers were
I
particularly random.
generally thought I cracked it.
Stephen Howson is just there. Steve, do you want to just sit on that chair for 2 seconds and give us a score prediction? We'll have a quick chat with you. Stephen Howson, who isn't at the game today, in favour of
Just kicking things over.
footy manager and that.
How's your chippy for tea?
It's all right. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Looking
You
good in
are
that
live
coat.
in your big coat.
Hiya.
Bayern Munich on the, well, what are you thinking for the game today? How do you see this one going?
Someone just tweeted me saying, I'm going into Old Trafford dead mad. How's he playing that formation? I was just like, I've seen a lot of complaints this week.
Yeah.
What formation did you expect? Honestly, what formation
Well,
did
have you
you
seen the
genuinely...
bench? Have you seen United's bench?
No.
So we've got Bayende, Heaton, Wan-Bissaka, Evans, Mainu, Reguilon, Pillistri, Gore, Hannibal, and Hugo.
As a
So we
manager,
haven't got a ton of experienced options in terms of changing things around. What else could he have done except Mainu? But do you know what I mean? If you're the manager of Man United, what else can you do there?
There's only one word in my head at the minute.
Go on.
Bumming.
Yeah.
That's the only word I can see.
And not in a good way. Oh, it's worrying, isn't it? It is worrying. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date with the other game as well. But would you prefer Europa League or
Shut up, Joe.
just out?
You know exactly what I'd prefer.
What? Just straight out?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm all about Europa
Well,
League.
no, I'd like... What's my options on the table? Because is
Europa
the
League or
Champions
out?
League on the table?
No, well, obviously you pick that.
yeah,
I'm
Champions
not
League's
giving
gone.
you one where it's like, oh, what would you rather do? Get hit in the bollocks or win 10 grand?
No, I don't want to go in
Probably
Europa
get hit
League.
in the
This
bollocks.
squad can barely handle a fucking Premier League.
Yeah.
So I think if we're being real with ourselves, let's have the midweek off and maybe try and work on a bit of shape or something during the week rather than flying off to who the fucking hell, where's that?
Maybe the intense pressure of 2 games
Go
a
on.
week is doing Ten Hag a little bit of...
Go on then.
Oh,
Good there. They're good running behind from Dallo.
Bayern Munich are a bit good, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a few. They're one of those teams where you look, you go, they're not that good. And you look at every player and you go, that's
They're
actually quite
decent.
good. That, like their worst players probably, well, maybe Mazraoui,
Oh, God.
and then they've got like Kimmich and having a great sit. Like fucking hell,
Which of their worst players doesn't start for us?
none.
Yeah.
Maybe Neuer because he's fucking 40 years old and Ten Hag might not like him, but even then he probably does.
Yeah, I'd still take Neuer.
Yeah.
I'd still take Neuer.
Oh, you mean
United.
the guy that sort of revolutionised playing out
Yeah,
with your feet?
One
the
of the
guy
best
that you
goalkeepers
thought
of all
literally
time. Yeah, that
couldn't
one.
score against. Oh, he's on
Yeah.
Nana.
Neuer, yeah, I think he's one of the best keepers ever, isn't he?
I always thought, oh, yeah, it was a nice ball. Come on.
Go on then, that's a
Come
lovely
on,
ball.
Get it.
Oh no, the only one I said is I think I'd keep Bruno over Musiala, but even
Do
then
some.
people argue with
One
me.
man on.
Not much of an option, not much of a presence
help
in the
him.
box United. We've only got 2 players in there.
What's your thoughts on
Oh,
Maguire playing left side centre half?
Well,
Or is he actually? Because I haven't actually seen
Well,
one.
I haven't noticed either yet. but Ten Hag said it couldn't be done. So I'm surprised we're seeing it. But
Yeah,
I guess
but
Lindelof's obviously failed that late medical test. Johnny Evans has been injured and has only just come back. And that's it.
Well, he's got Luke Shaw in regular. He could have done that.
Yeah.
Which would have been nuts to drop the one regularly fit centre-half that we've got.
Yeah.
And you could even say the one that's in a touch of form.
Oh, a
sort
bit
of.
of a mistake here from
Yeah.
Bayern. Yeah, they said the what's it called? The Euro Tunnel couldn't be done. Look at that.
Who said that?
The Romans.
Romans.
You ever been in it? Wow, what a
I have
piece of
been in it.
engineering.
You don't really see it like that, do you?
No.
What you
It's a
expect?
bit dark.
It's not an
It's
aquarium.
mostly
No,
dark.
but you said have you ever been in it? Like the joy is being in it.
Yeah, well, it's cool being in it, isn't it?
Yeah, getting out
Do you
of
know
it.
what though?
I'm under the sea here.
The
Oh,
Euro
that's
style
mad.
windows are probably 80% larger than your average like Avanti train window. And
Big.
What
and
about
to
your
go in a
Transport for
fucking
Wales?
tunnel.
I know, it's sad,
gutted,
isn't it?
Never mind.
It is amazing though. I wonder, what did they do? Did they drain the sea first and then dig it? And then
Yeah,
dig
what
it?
they do is they got
Under
like
the ground knobhead.
they dammed
They didn't
it.
do like a tunnel in the
They
middle.
dammed it, Joe. They dammed it a little bit, right? So they
Yeah.
dammed the sea a little bit, then they dug it
go
in,
on.
and
Yeah.
then they let the sea back in.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's a
thinking.
piece of piss.
Yeah.
Basically, you got like duck boards.
Like you do with a pond.
How long would it take for you to walk it?
Tarp stuff.
To walk it.
It's
Yeah.
only like 20 miles.
Where am I starting from?
From Dover. Is it in Dover?
Nah, because it's fucking King's Cross that you get on it. Or St Pancras, if you want to get technical.
Yeah. So, gee, right. How long would it to walk to Paris?
From King's Cross.
To Paris or just to the other side of the
To Paris?
fucking days?
Really? Do you think anyone's done it?
What was that? Three
Do I think anyone's walked along the train line?
Probably
No.
the people who built it might have.
Yeah, that's true.
I reckon they had golf buggies.
Would you swim the channel?
Would I swim the
Oh,
channel?
you shit yourself because of the water you drink.
Do you?
Dirty, yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine all the boats kicking about in the gaff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get run over.
You know, you just like, oh, that was diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just that like silt, that like.
Nah, I'm up
shine.
for a
Dog's
bit.
called Diesel.
I'm up for some. It is called diesel.
Get it.
Keep it. Well done.
I'm up for doing some like stupid challenges and stuff, but I think swimming the channel.
Nah. Isn't it funny that, I know I've spotted this, but isn't it funny that they're advertising Lays and not Walkers on the Man United board? Just spotted that. We're a
European
Walkers country.
sponsor, innit?
Is it?
Must be, yeah.
My local garage just started doing Lays.
Have they?
Delicious. Yeah.
They're the same, aren't
They're
they?
not.
no.
They're fucking same,
They
Joe.
don't know. Swear to God. I'll get two here now for you. Not now.
Manon! Sorry. No, not you.
You try.
Sorry, bro.
God.
Sorry.
Really scared me.
Sorry
I
about that.
bet you'd be like, oof, them Lays are good.
Really?
Yeah. Smoky barbecue. Ooh, go on,
He
go on,
didn't
go on, go on,
foul
go
it,
on,
he
go on.
wanted a foul.
Do you want to do it at training tonight?
Tell us.
What?
1v2 defending.
1 versus 2.
So one defender, 2 attackers.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to be bloody good.
So you got to go and close the fella down with a
Go on,
ball,
Anthony. Go on. Oh,
and then do a
just
bit of a
nudged
recovery
him
run
off.
when he passes it.
Nice. That'll knock him out. What time's training?
8:30.
Crikey. Where? Where? Oh, where? But don't tell us
yeah.
where.
Well, I'll tell you where. It's at the Etihad.
Is it? Fucking hell.
Oh, those pictures not bad. That's cheaper.
Are they cheaper than what?
Like your power leagues.
Uh,
Yeah, 5-side football now is expensive.
Yeah, if you ain't got like your own like oil company or anything, you can't go fucking power league on your own. Like, you mad?
Honestly.
First 8 minutes, United have done pretty well in terms of.
What? Because we're not getting
possession.
shagged, Joe.
No, but we've had a bit of possession. We've got into their box a little bit. They're about to score, but other than that,
sake.
go on, then get back.
Get
Well
back.
done.
Get back, you bastards. Come on.
Sané, edge of the box.
Oof.
Is Varane playing left side there?
Yeah,
Oh, how we
ball in behind
get rid
here.
of that.
Square
Nice.
blocked by
I don't
Varane.
understand.
Well
Go.
done.
Nice.
Right now, come on.
What have we got? What have we got? Because this has got to be. He just ran straight into the fucking. That wasn't
Maybe could have
fun,
come
was
back
it?
when he realised the. I don't know.
Oh God!
That's
that
Steven
was
Anderson with a
awful.
whistle.
Right.
Is that,
Who gave you a fucking whistle?
is that one of United's rave whistles? Did you? I bet at some point you've googled best whistle in the world, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you bought it. That's
Loudest
definitely not
whistle.
just. That's definitely not like a
Yeah.
stock whistle. That you've googled world's greatest
It
whistle.
is. It's a shit whistle, to be fair.
It's a
Is
great
it?
whistle.
No, it's not
Don't get
great.
yourself down.
There's so many
Be
times
proud
I've
of
gone
your
to blow it aggressively at training, and it's out
what?
of me. You go, you motherfucker.
Isn't there like an army whistle that you should have?
It's not World War One, Joseph.
What do they do when you're meant to go over the top and that?
Over the top.
I don't know how it works.
Right, ruffians.
no,
over the
fucking
fucking top then and die like good soldiers.
I thought that's
Let's
what-
go.
I thought that's what they did. I don't
Over
know.
the fucking top.
You didn't do any trenches in that.
You didn't go dig trenches.
No, but I know. But you might dig like.
I joined in 2002, not 1902.
I know it wasn't trench warfare.
We're waiting for
but I
Jerry
didn't
over
know
the
if-
top.
I
That's
didn't
what
know
we're
if you
doing.
had to like.
And if the bugger comes
like-
over, we'll shoot him in the face.
You ever seen the end of Dad's Army? It's sad, isn't it?
You mean Blackadder, but yes.
Oh, yeah, Blackadder. That's sad
Blackadder
as
even
well.
more sad.
The end of Dad's Army's fine.
Bayern Munich in the box, pulls back for Kane. He's put it back post, and it's a
tell
good
you
save
what.
from Onana.
Right, on that note, I'm out
See
of
ya.
here.
Thank you very much, Steve. What was your score prediction again? Sorry, you didn't give us one. You just said bum.
I ain't got one.
You said bumming.
I ain't got one.
Go on.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Do you think we'll end tonight in the Champions League? No. Okay.
Whistle
Thank you very
once
much.
for yes, whistle twice for no. We'll save you.
Right.
Is it?
No is one, yes is two in terms of whistling.
Really?
In terms of signalling. I wonder why that is. Let's think why that would be.
Yeah, because if you're in danger, you're more likely to say no, so you just want to get it out of the way with whoop.
Right. That's a good
I
point.
just made that up. Oh, a little,
Bayern Munich just passing it around at the back.
10 minutes gone. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. Listen, there were moments where I thought, oh, let's not slip up yet in the first 10, and we haven't. What's the other game saying? We've got scores on the doors. Who's our Galatasaray correspondent?
It's currently a drawing, I believe.
It's a
over there.
referee getting punched. Who's our Galatasaray correspondent? 0-0. Thank you, Galatasaray correspondent.
Yeah, you see it as it stands there. Bayern and Copenhagen will go through. Galatasaray, Europa League, United will get knocked out of the world. There you go.
It's
Nerve-wracking.
awful, isn't it? Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
Good pressing from United, but they've managed to sort of turn out of it.
My worry is we had an interesting moment there where we could have countered Bayern, and I think this is how you can win the game.
Yeah.
And we just looked like slow out of the play, lacking a little bit of quality. Oof, my God.
The 2 or 3 times. That's a foul,
referee!
2 or 3 times I've
Rugby
noticed
league, is it?
already they've played balls in behind Luke Shaw for runners. And I don't know if it's because they know he switches off. I don't know if it's just because they're particularly strong in that area, or whether it's even potentially a Garnacho coming back weakness that they see. But every single attack that they've had so far, almost without fail, has been down United's left-hand side. Balls in behind, runners in behind, make the pass, and they've come into our box 3 or 4 times. Garnacho and Luke Shaw need to sort that out.
What I worry about is someone identifying that like you're identifying it.
I don't know
If you
tactics,
can see
do I?
it,
And if I can see it, surely they can.
surely someone's picked up on that and gone, right, we'll make sure Garnacho's fucking switched on here, because if they're going to go for it, we have to have numbers back.
Højlund encouraging people forward there for the press. Didn't get
2
there.
players wiped out straight
2
away.
players wiped out.
Okay, no. They're going to be tired today, the boys.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so. Come on. Nervous, me.
David, yeah, me too. Davies back to Kimmich. Out to Coman on the right-hand side. He's clipped one into the middle.
I mean,
it's headed away by Varane, only as far as Davies. Half blocked by
crikey.
Anthony and headed away by Varane. Headed away by Anthony. Picked up again on the edge by Goretzka.
The thing that's
Bit of
different,
pressure
though,
from Bayern.
those sort of chaotic moments inside the box. When we had David De Gea, oh, it's a good shot. Don't fucking fumble that.
They're going to be
Christ.
hitting him from everywhere. You would, though, wouldn't you, after how he's been in the Champions League?
So with those chaotic moments inside the box where the balls would fly everywhere,
yeah.
you sort of had confidence in De Gea when he was in net, because he could get his hand out to them. He got great reflexes. Those moments put me on edge now on Onana, because he doesn't have that in his armour yet, where his reactions are as strong.
No.
But
really, the thing you need to do is wipe out the chaotic ball bounce around the box. It's not having a keeper so good that it doesn't matter. Yeah. Top teams, you eliminate the ball bouncing around your box like a fucking pinball every 2 seconds. Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? I know what you mean, though. De Gea, you always felt like you had a chance in those moments. Right, United, just on the ball a little bit. We just need to try and keep that good running behind from McTominay. Okay. Back to Dallo on the right.
Okay. Oof.
Good tackle.
It's good battling. There's some good scraps going on.
Well done, Amrabat. That's our ball in the end, ref. Yeah, well done.
When the ball goes up that way, I can't hardly see it with that bloody light. Come on.
I'd like to see United just hold the ball a little bit.
See what we've got against
and
this
not
Bayern
just play
team.
like a team that thinks they're worse than the team they're playing. If you know what I mean.
There's a fine line, isn't there, between respecting Bayern and then showing them that you're still in charge of this game. You're at Old Trafford and you need to own it.
Yeah.
You can't let them have too much respect and allow you to like feel like you're the underdog, because you can't be the underdog in this game. We're Man United.
Yeah.
We're at
Also,
home.
we have to win.
Come on, we've got to win.
We don't need to control every minute, but you need to look. We need to show Bayern Munich that we're dangerous.
We need to look death in the face and say,
Go on,
what would you say?
Look death in the face, and what do you say?
Champions League, here we come.
Nice. And he'd go, what are you on about?
Yeah, I don't know.
have
Sorry,
nothing to do
Def.
with that. I have nothing to do with it. Do you mean, what's his name?
Do you mean
Safarin or whatever it's called.
what's Safarin?
Isn't he like the head of UEFA?
Oh,
Well done, Garnacho.
go on, nice. Okay, there's a little bit of fighting going on there. Ref,
Come on,
he's
ref.
bloody,
hell.
he's colouring
Come
all
on,
over the
ref.
place. Are you off your
He's
fucking
all
head?
over Hoyland there. Up on the corner.
Man, what's going on? Did my head in that? Bayern Munich. Big presence today in the away end.
Did you see him before?
I saw a lot of them.
Where were they?
I went into a hotel in town for a coffee. I was meeting
some old retired
I was meeting a guy-
photographer or journalist or something.
I was meeting a guy called Cameron, a lovely guy.
For what?
We'd catch up.
Oh,
We'd
right.
chat. It's
Oh, right,
nice.
you weren't just by
Refuge.
yourself?
The refuge.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know it's nice in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Expensive though.
What, for
Guess
a
how
coffee?
much? No, coffee was standard. Guess how much the Sunday dinner is in there?
16 quid?
45. I'm not shitting you.
You what?
45 quid for a Sunday dinner.
For one?
Yeah, I'm not.
Is that a
it's not-
family package?
No, it's not family. It's not like a bucket.
Fuck off.
Google. Yeah, the refuge Sunday dinner. Well, it definitely was 2 years ago. My mate couldn't believe it.
Menus.
Menus.
Refuge Sundays. Sunday lunch. It's a roast platter for two is 50 quid.
Right. Okay. There's an apology for the refuge.
Still though.
Still
25
Still
quid.
21 quid for if you want to go solo.
Right.
For a roast.
So what, just under half what you said it was then, yeah?
But still, I eat for two, so it's expensive
That's
for
true,
me.
yeah. You're
It's
getting the roast platter, aren't you?
Sorry about that, refuge. I mean, fucking hell, 49 quid for two.
Yeah.
And my mate did say he went with someone else, so he must have paid. He must have been on a date or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, lovely place. But Bayern Munich fans were there. They all had the bags.
Fuck off. Look at that. This there.
A dog roast dinner.
So you can
For
get a six quid to
£6.
get your dog a roast dinner. If you're spending 6 quid on your dog,
What's on it?
it just says feed him the mini roast in a bowl. That's embarrassing, that. Because really, in my head, an adult Sunday roast should be 6 quid. Do you know what I mean? If you go to Toby Carvery or something, you're getting that
Adult
for
roast should be
£5.99.
6 quid.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, my instinct is, how much is roast dinner? 6-7 quid. I know it's not. I know it's
you're
not anymore,
wild.
but I remember Toby Carvery when I was a kid was $3.99 for a roast dinner.
Was it? Mick a Brook is good. That's near me. That's like 9 quid.
See? Not that far.
I don't like when they add, you
Hold on.
get your base price, but then they got add-ons like, oh, get an extra Yorkshire pudding, get an extra pig in blanket.
Pig in a blanket.
Come on.
I think pigs in
fuck.
blankets are overrated. I'll say that. Go on, Harry. Well done, lad. Good
I
defending
think it's
from
the time
Maguire.
of the stuffing.
Pardon?
I think it's the time of the stuffing.
Go
Oh,
on,
this
then.
is nice moves. This is what we need. Oh, get it. Nice. Keep going. Help him. Move out of the way, ref. You dick.
Oh! I almost fell to Hoyland in the box there. Kim Min-jae. I don't know if he's the one who sort of salvaged it or if he's the one that nearly fucked it up.
Oh, a bit of both. That
But
ref
Bruno
needs to
plays the ball
fuck
in
off.
and it's... He gets very lucky, actually.
Very lucky.
Upamecano kicks it against Kim Min-jae and it happens to roll back to the keeper.
It's a very young attacking lineup, innit?
Yeah, very young.
Garnacho, Hoyland, Anthony. Where the downfalls of that and the experience is obviously taken away, there is that sense of flair in that attacking lineup, and there's a bit of hunger in them, which
Yeah.
I'm excited. Anyway, back to, like you say, the pigs and blankets are overrated.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the time of the stuffing.
I think stuffing's fantastic.
I think it's going to have its pigs and blankets kind of era,
Do you?
where we celebrate it
Where they start putting
to
it in
such
everything.
high regard. Yeah.
Like stuffing flavoured pale ale and all that. They probably already do that, don't they?
Stuffing flavoured pale
sage
ale.
and onion ale.
That's
By a
mad.
brew that's called something like Maid Marian Brewery.
Yeah. All the happy hoppers.
Yeah, good.
Sorry.
Really good, actually.
Keep going.
That sounds like a kangaroo sanctuary,
No.
doesn't it? Welcome to Happy Hoppers.
Where are they?
What?
Welcome to Happy Harbour.
Yeah.
Have you seen...
Northumberland.
we're getting off too much track for you. Come on, United. The Last Stop in Larimar. Have you seen
yes.
it? The Australian...
documentary, yeah.
What a show. Recommend you watch that.
It's a town that's got 10 people that lives there.
Crazy.
Really, we can't be calling that a town,
And they
can we?
all hate each
Because
other.
there's some flats in Manchester with 10 people living in them. You wouldn't call it a town.
Nah.
They all
It
hate
is
each other, but
yeah.
they all love each other. And it's in the middle of nowhere in Australia.
Yeah.
And obviously, no offence, but you have to be a nutter to want to live in the middle of nowhere in a town full of 10 people in the middle of Australia. Don't you? You have to.
Or you've done something wrong in a past life.
Or in this life, most of them.
Yeah.
Good ball there from Harry
Nice
Maguire.
play, you know.
Varane
This is that
pushing
control
up
you
on the left-hand
wanted.
side a
This
little
is
bit.
the control. Oh, he is tugging
Upamecano is
Højlund.
going physical on Højlund.
He wants a date.
Well done, Rasmus. Yeah, Upamecano is getting right up Højlund, isn't
Kanu, yep.
he? Do you know?
Right
He's this sort of
up.
physical embodiment of let him know you're there.
Yeah.
Upamecano.
But he's playing it well because he's not fouling as such, but he's just being a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that was poor.
Mm.
Come on, we are the world. Is that one?
It's not great there, but a bit of a forced pass there from United. Good press though.
Yeah. Wouldn't you listen?
Alphonso Davies is just too fast.
The thing that I'm worried about is
He's too fast.
There's mirrors to how we went. When we went to Bayern and we had a decent 20 minutes, but then a fumble, a mistake, and Bayern are in.
Goretzka, edge
Don't
of the
score.
box.
I swear to God. Oh God.
I think
Got to be ours.
Ah,
balls.
Sané on the left.
These are the moments that we'll see if we're up for it or not. Or a little bit of fight in there.
Harry Physique says, back Ten Hag. Fact, if Ten Hag had the United 2008 squad, we would be in a race to win the Champions League and the title because Ten Hag would be playing prime Ten Hag ball. If we had the 2008 team,
If I had the
we'd
2000,
definitely be looking good. I think we'd be challenging. But then
What kind of question is this? Because if I had the 2008 team, I'd do all right.
you do all right.
I'd just go.
Go out and enjoy yourselves.
I go. Ronaldo, probably
No.
start you.
Oh, yeah.
Rooney, probably start you. Definitely start you.
Who?
Rio,
Yeah.
Vidic.
Yeah.
You
It
might
picks-
be him.
You know what I mean?
And then you
Sorry,
go-
Young. Actually, Young wasn't there then.
I said Vidic. It might be you.
I thought you said Young.
No. I'm doing like a sort of
Oh,
X Factor style,
Yeah.
and then I'd take a break.
Yeah, in fairness, most teams would
I'd
do
tell
all right with
Tevez.
that team,
I'd
wouldn't
tell
they?
Tevez.
Most
Did we have
managers.
Tevez in 2008? Yeah, we
no.
did. Did we not? I thought we got him in 07.
Maybe we did actually, yeah.
Get him in. Berbatov? No, he was.
Maybe if we didn't. Tevez we did.
Yeah,
Tevez we did. Of course we did.
Berbatov was more when I remember when the City first got a bit of money. It was the race to buy him. They went with like 30 million. We went with like 31, and that's when they decided to get Robinho.
Well, see.
He's wrong in Robinho.
Who turned out to be a better person.
Do you know I saw Berbatov do one of those sort of pranks where he dresses up as an old man and do a five-a-side game?
Yeah, I did see that.
You clock.
Do you think?
If I was playing five-a-side and some old geezer came and looked a bit like him, because you'd clock it, wouldn't you?
You'd like to think so.
Yeah, I was either. First of all, who's this randomer?
Yeah. Who's he? Who's he with?
Who's getting told off here?
Are you fucking joking? Someone fucking defend him. Jesus Christ. Kingsley Coman's ended up on his knees off the pitch because he's a dickhead. And all the Bayern players, like 5 of them, all sprinted over to Garnacho at once. You need, what's going on there?
What? He doesn't mean it.
He barely even touches him. He's got his arm on his shoulder. He hardly like throws him to the ground, does he? He's literally just trying to get the ball.
Yeah.
It's a mistake. It's nothing. And then Bayern have got loads of players running after Garnacho, who's fucking 19 years old.
Yeah, and no one does anything. This is what I worry about. Are they a team? These
a few United players got there in the end, but it took them a minute. We let the child get surrounded by fucking 5 people before we did anything. Pisses me off, that.
It does piss me off because no matter how we were playing as a team under Sir Alex Ferguson, you were always a team. And no matter if any player on the pitch would have gone down like that and been surrounded, and straight away there'd be people surrounding him, no matter who. Even if you didn't bloody like him, you knew that was your job, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And
they got the United players did get there in the end, but it took too long. That, especially for when you spot that it's a young lad being pushed about like that. Come on, man.
Balls. 25 minutes gone. United drawing. It's not over. It's definitely not over. There's something in this. I can smell it.
What is it?
Is that you?
What is it, boy?
Like the buffalo sauce that we had before.
Oh, you lucky bastard. Upamecano, their centre-backs a couple of times have got lucky now. It's a bad pass that, straight against Garnacho, and the ball just happens to go straight back to him, even though it's just bobbling anywhere. Sané.
Oh, it's a nice play, but we should be following that.
Sané's just
God.
in the
box.
box.
Oh, my days.
Good tackle by Maguire.
Macaroni. What happens there? How is Sané given that amount of room? Space.
Look at that.
Who?
Amrabat and McTominay just nowhere near him.
What is
in the end,
going on?
He doesn't even get tackled. He just messes it up. He tries to pass
runs
it.
Out
he should have had a shot. He tries to square it to Musiala. He's literally got the goal in front of him. I don't know why he doesn't just sort of toe poke it into the near post.
Can't allow that to happen again.
Amrabat and McTominay both just getting there too late. It's poor defending that.
Nah, there's too much space in the edge.
Yeah, look.
Just taking the
Kane
time,
the
picking the pass.
Over the top of him, luckily for a goal.
Do one, Kane. Could have been ours, mate. Not a decent away top, that. It's all right, isn't it?
You gonna bat one?
Nah.
I don't know why he don't shoot there.
Oh, I don't know. I think he just loses a little bit of his confidence and maybe feels himself falling.
Yeah.
And then he realises the power's not going to be behind the shot.
That was weird, wasn't it?
What?
Onana just walking out like no one going near him, just
spins me out
tiny,
a bit.
slow walking step. Do you like Onana?
I do like Onana. I like him as a person. Obviously, I don't like the performances we've seen yet. I hope that changes.
Yeah.
Because there's been some times where I wonder if you could add up some of the mistakes and realise, bloody hell.
Especially in the Champions League. He's made a few in the league as well, to be fair, but especially the Champions League.
And I know we needed to make the transition between a very sort of static and old school style keeper of David De Gea to Onana, but maybe the gap between both of them was so large. Yeah. A nice middle ground wouldn't have been too much to it.
Who would you have gone for?
Great question.
Neuer.
Probably Neuer. What's Petr Cech up to these days? Do you know when I was a kid?
He's a semi-pro ice hockey player, is what Petr Cech is.
When I was a kid, I thought it was one of those things where it was impossible to score against Petr Cech. Like, I just thought it was impossible.
There was a season where it seemed like it was. Good press here from United. They're going to play around it though. Although it's good that. Done well. Throw into Bayern, but United pressing up high. Garnacho getting the deflection out. Throw into Bayern Munich on their right hand side, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Good stuff. If we can win this second ball now, or even the first ball, it'd be good. There you go. Second ball won, and
nice.
now we can counter attack.
I tell you what's not a bad pat. A bit hard from Varane, but he got into the right position. If you can have one player that isn't on our team today, is injured and is out in the squad, who would you have?
Are they fully fit?
They're fully fit. They've never been fit.
See, instinctively, I want to say Martinez.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of actually winning us a one-off game, I'd go Casemiro.
Yeah, just a little bit of grit in that mid.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, probably go Casemiro, because essentially what we need.
Well, that's a foul, ref.
I mean,
that's
come
late.
on.
That's late.
I'm sorry.
That's
Where's
close
the
to a
card?
booking. That you got to be
Take him
giving
to
him a
one
last
side,
warning
ref.
there.
Give him a little warning. Oof. Oh! Not as bad as the second looking.
It's a knee on knee though. They can hurt them.
Knee on knee.
You've got a knee on knee, ain't you?
I got a knee on knee. Yeah, it's a
Closing the
big
dot.
shiny knee. Yeah, never runs out. Do you know a neon light never runs out?
What do you mean?
Never runs out. As long as there's power getting to it, it never runs out.
They don't.
But like a light bulb will run out, won't it?
Yeah, but that would make sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, because a light bulb.
Don't be stunned, but like
putting
one of
it
these
at-
light bulbs here that are glowing
because
us
with
out.
that, you're
They'll
putting
run out
electricity
one
through a
day.
bit of metal, aren't you? In this.
Yeah.
Is
Neon light never runs
Whereas
out.
neon, you're just putting a current through a gas.
That's yeah.
Are you?
So yeah.
I don't even know.
Never runs out.
Never runs out.
I bought a neon sign once.
Broke. Ran out straight away.
Shit, bro.
Free
The
kick-
rumours aren't true.
Free kick to United.
Oh, he's
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh,
Ooh,
who did it
corner
hit then?
ball.
Corner.
One of their players. I think he went for a shot in the end there. A little sneaky shotty, didn't he? Slightly wasteful, really, innit? But
Well, no, because those are the moments where you got to score. They could score. Sorry, we've seen Bruno score important free kicks in the past. I mean, he's not scored one in bloody
I was going
ages.
to say, what was the last one? The FA Cup against Liverpool 3 years ago.
Probably.
Played it short. And it's just,
I mean, it's a fucking waste.
so it is
I
a
hate
waste, that.
more than anything is when there's a corner and they play it short and they don't know what they're gonna do
I know.
next.
He played it short there.
If you play
and then
it
just
short,
lobbed it in
have
the
a
box anyway.
plan. You dick for brains.
Oh my god,
Oh!
they almost scored. there as well.
Maguire's trying to get an assist here. Get in there, give him a little welly.
It's not a foul. It's not. He's done well there, ref. He's let a lot go so far, the ref, in fairness to him.
Get on that! Who's closing him down?
Well done, Anthony.
Fucking hell.
Well
All that from playing a shit corner.
done. Yeah, that's from...
Oh,
It's
that's
poor, that
is
Sané.
so
It's
poor.
shocking.
You've got to. It's harder to go backwards, surely.
He's just got his angles all wrong there, Sané. He's got a volley at the back post, and if he guides it in, it's a goal. Remember, was it Chris Smalling against Man City?
Oh,
If he does that,
3-2.
It's 1-0. .32 gone. Is it still 0-0 in the other game?
Yeah, where's our Galatasaray correspondent?
Thank you.
Thank you. My barber will be happy if they go through today.
Is he,
Big Galatasaray fan.
is it?
He apologised because he said he was one of the Galatasaray fans that bought tickets to in the home end.
Was he? He
Yeah,
apologised.
I'm sorry.
You managed to get hold of him in the end then?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
We thought he'd
Thought he
he'd
disappeared.
refused to serve you like a bartender when someone's had too many beers.
Yeah. Ross, he's called, lovely lad. He always, if I catch him on the wrong day, like if I go to him later in the week, he'll show me his five-a-side highlights before we have the haircut. I'm like, I just don't care.
No, I just want a two back and
Yeah.
sides.
Especially one week he scored 6 goals. I had to watch all 6. I'm not arsed.
Upamecano, just lead him with the elbow a little bit, but I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything in that for me.
Hey, listen, if anyone's going to get anything out of it, it's Bruno, isn't it?
That's true.
Upamecano. It's a lot of Upamecano. 5 syllables.
It's not bad, is it?
We need a couple of 5-syllable players.
Are they checking? Are they checking for a red card here?
Yeah, I would. Straight red.
I don't know what. It's not though, is it? It wasn't even a foul.
Nah.
I always think, unless it's really bad, I think an elbow when someone's jumping for a header, you should be quite lenient with them
Yeah.
because it's just a natural part of the movement, isn't it? You use your arms to gain height,
Yeah.
and then you're getting
There are
sent off
those
for it.
that
yeah. Well,
do
if it's
with malice
clearly
and
obvious and you're going in like that, but if you're just jumping up, nah, part of the game, boy.
Newcastle at AC Milan. I've still got a bet on with our friend Ethan
Yeah,
that I made very drunk in the tour of America when we went on for the United, that Eddie Howe would be gone before December. Now, it hasn't fallen my way entirely.
You said before
Christmas, so I've still got
got.
what, 12 days.
He's still got 13 days.
Come on, AC Milan, absolutely batter them.
Why did you think he was going to get sacked?
I just thought he would have a run of games where he just fumble it. They'd be bottom league and out of the Champions League. And to be fair, bottom half of the table. And to be fair, it could be coming.
Yeah.
But I think it might be too...
Oh!
It's like,
Well
he needs a bit more
there.
strength in that. Be a bigger boy.
Mazraoui, he was channeling his inner Malasia there, wasn't he? You get skinned, but then you make up for it with a second tackle.
It's very scary how quick Bayern can turn a moment of weakness into strength.
They're on
as
the edge
they
of our
are
box
just
already.
chilling on the edge of the box here, taking the time. I say, obviously we should be scoring before. You want to score before half time, but if we can get this 0-0, you wonder. Get him in.
I take half time.
Get him in.
0-0 at half time. Fuck me.
Learn a little bit. Get him back out there. Get the win.
Sané looking dangerous.
Oh,
go on.
It's worrying, isn't it?
Again,
oof.
Too much space on the left there. Too much space on the left. What's happened there?
Where did he go?
Don't know. Maguire and their striker just ended up. I wasn't even their striker. It was Mazraoui. Again, though, this run on the left.
Have they made that dip bigger? I never remember it.
No, it's like
it's all right.
For those who've never been around the edge of the pitch at Old Trafford, it goes down like that, and then there's a little brick wall, and then there's another like 2 bricks worth of trouble.
Yeah.
From the top of the pitch to the floor, it's probably like 2 foot.
Yeah, but they make it out like it's the Big Dipper.
Yeah, they make it out like it's the Pepsi Max. It's about 2 foot.
What a ride, by the way.
Maybe 3 foot.
What a ride.
Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good.
Great ride.
Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Yeah. If you know it. It's not called the Pepsi Max anymore though.
No, what's it called now? The
big
big one.
Big one. They had a run of Pepsi just naming all their different drinks after the rides. The Tango Ice, Tango
ride.
Yeah, and then the Ice Blast.
They didn't have an Ice Blast.
They did. I'm not lying.
What's
I love
happened
it.
there?
I'm on the.
Maguire's pulled his fucking groin. Jesus Christ.
Oh, for fuck's
Maguire's
sake.
kicked the ball out. Looks like he's injured his groin.
Who's coming on then?
I mean, it's going to be Johnny Evans, isn't it?
Evans, Bayern Munich, must-win Champions League game. He looks gutted. He knows it as well. These professional footballers must know each other so much. Must know their bodies. So look at him. He managed to hold the ball better than he's done all game.
He's holding both of his bollocks.
Uh-oh. 37-year-old.
How old is he actually?
Johnny Evans. I'm sure he's 37.
Is it?
Nah, I'm joking.
35.
43-year-old Johnny Evans.
Definitely done his... Like, he can't carry on, can he? It's so shit, this. These injuries are so shit. Because you end up losing games like this when you've got... What is this now? Your third and fourth choice centre-backs on.
Yeah.
And you can't just win regardless, no matter what. Like people, turn out, it don't matter, you've got to win anyway. Yeah, but at some point, you can't just win. When your first choice left winger's out, like and massively out of form. When 3 of your 4 starting centre mids are out. When your best centre back's out, the replacement is out. His replacement is out in Lindelof, and then you got Johnny Evans coming on. Like you can't just win no matter what. It's so frustrating, isn't it?
Maguire's up.
He's not. He can't carry on, can he? He's holding his groin. There's no injury you can do to your groin where it's all right after 5 minutes.
I've never injured my groin. I've got a solid groin, so there's not been one injury. Have you ever injured your groin?
I've done hip flexor, which isn't quite groin, but it's in the neighbouring area.
It's in the neighbouring area.
I've torn a little bit of hip off the bone.
They share the same council.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the same bin day. They don't. The hip and the groin have got the same bin day, but they're not technically the same.
We've got the same MP.
Yeah.
They've awful.
Yeah, they vote at the same legislator.
Oh, come on! So I guess Maguire is. I mean, what he's going to just see how it goes.
He's on now, but what is he on? No, he's not on. He ain't
what?
On.
So we got. Oh, great.
We've got 10 men.
Yeah, we didn't need that, did we?
I think
he's on there. He's right. He's back on. Maguire's back on. So he's
back
running
on for some reason.
I mean, straight away. Oh, are they being kind?
Look, he's literally holding his groin, telling the bench to fucking... Don't give him the ball.
What's going on?
He's fucked.
Where's the discipline in just making a fucking decision? Get him
He's
off.
done his groin. He's got to go off.
Waste of
There's no
fucking
question
time.
about it, is there? That's shit, that. Best form he's had in 2 years.
How long's a groin, Ronaldo? A month.
A month.
Oh, God. New year, new Maguire.
Depends, doesn't it? I mean, it looks to be of the severity where he's not even willing to make a pass and get to half time.
No.
That
He
doesn't
must be
necessarily-
struggling here.
And he's not someone that gets injured very often either, is he? So, so annoying, that. So frustrating. Especially him as well, because he's the one you can rely on health-wise, isn't he?
Yeah.
Johnny Evans has been injured this season. Varane's been injured this
Who's
season
our,
and last season.
Who else we got?
Heaton,
Mad.
Mainu,
I'm just worried about
Wan-Bissaka.
Varane or someone
If
like that.
Varane gets injured,
You'd move Shaw.
you bring Wan-Bissaka on at right
Would you
back,
would you
Dalot
even
at left
consider
back, Shaw
bringing
at
Shaw
centre-back.
into centre back and bringing Wan-Bissaka? No, it doesn't work, does it?
Just on this as it stands here, unless I'm an idiot, I don't... Is that right? Oh, it is right. Sorry, my mistake.
What were you thinking? Because probably not. No.
No, sorry, I'm thinking there was
We're
one less
out
game than there was.
basically as it stands.
Yeah, no, that is correct.
We're out.
So yeah, Bayern Munich on 14, Copenhagen 6, Galatasaray 6, United 5. The other game is still 0-0, which is obviously the way we want it to go, but
Yeah.
United have to win.
Yeah, we have to win. There's still a miracle to be had here, folks. So strap yourself in.
Anthony just being forced out to the wing there, but he's got the ball.
Come on, Anthony. What did
Not
we
who you want
pay?
to go
What
one-on-one
did we
against is
pay
Alphonso Davies.
£80 million for?
Garbage. That was Dalot really rather than Anthony there.
No,
Poor
but
ball.
still.
But still, let's blame Anthony.
But still.
But still, let's blame
But
someone who
still.
didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but...
But what?
Well... I just...
You don't like him, so everything that
don't
goes wrong
say
is
I
his fault.
don't say I don't like
I'm not
him.
saying
I'm not saying I don't like him.
You
Oh,
wouldn't be
God.
alone. Well, I've been obviously, like everyone, I think, underwhelmed by him. Bayern in the box here, edge of the box.
Nice.
McTominay intercepts well.
Go on.
Around the corner.
Now
to
what can we
Garnacho.
do?
Go.
Go.
Harry Kane
Help
catching
him.
you.
Help him. Run up with him. Please, give him a little bit of something.
Up
Look at him. He's got
Upamecano.
5 of the fuckers. Come on. Oh, no.
Upamecano's fucking man marking Højlund. Every step Højlund takes, he's got an Upamecano.
What you can say
right
is
up his
it's
Meccano.
fucking working, isn't it?
is.
Højlund's been
Well,
very absent in this game.
And it made Garnacho there be hesitant in the pass and end up losing the ball. It is working, yeah. That's the problem as well. When Højlund's so isolated, all you have to do is stick a man on him, and they've still got a spare centre back because we ain't got anyone else pushing up, and Højlund's basically out of the game unless he can do Upamecano one-on-one, which is probably one of his strongest points, Upamecano.
Yeah.
If you can press him, we've seen already tonight, you can press him, you can make him flap, you can make him shit himself. But physically, one-on-one, he is very,
we need
very
to
good
we
at
need to
that.
get the best out of Højlund in some way today. Is there anything
Fucking hell.
tactically you can do
Come on, then,
here
push now.
which does get the best out of Højlund?
You're joking? They're saying as well that Luke Shaw might be injured. Why? What the commentators have just said that? Looks like Luke Shaw might be injured. Fuck me.
Oh my God.
Potential hamstring, I think, for Luke Shaw. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. If that's a hamstring as well, that's another month minimum. Up to anywhere between 3 weeks and 2 and 3 months in it, hamstring. I think he was out for like 2 months with a hamstring, wasn't he?
My God.
Hopefully he's all right.
And then we've got Varane, who's added,
Go on then.
always
There you
match
go.
fit. Come on, Højlund. Is it Højlund? Yes, I can't see. Sorry, there's a
By
line.
himself though, isn't he? Fuck me.
Oh no. Højlund, man, we need to help him out.
Højlund limping as well on the edge of the pitch.
I feel like he's got the world against him at the minute, Højlund. Right, well, something's not adding up because Shaw's looking all right to me. You've done your hamstring. You're not sidestepping.
It's clearly not a severe one,
not
is
doing
it?
the cha-cha slide.
Is he doing the cha-cha slide?
Yeah. He was like, crisscross. He's on that bit.
That's the best bit.
He died recently, didn't he?
Did he?
Yep.
Sad, isn't it?
A lot of good people have gone this year.
Go on.
Wow, the cha-cha slide guy.
What's his name?
DJ. I forgot, but it's sad.
Well done, Luke Shaw. Fantastic tackle.
Shane McGowan.
Yeah.
Probably Charlton.
Of course. I'll tell you what, at the minute, United's play is looking nervous. Bruno there is doing his classic, we need to get a goal shit. Like, just lobbing it over the top every time he gets it. Like, it's gone out for a throw into Bayern Munich. We haven't kept the ball. They get another chance to counter us. We can't build up any pressure. And it's not working in terms of being... Our players being one-on-one with theirs. We're not getting the better of them.
Michael Parkinson.
Keep the ball. Yeah. Too slow from McTominay there.
Fucking hell.
You got Alphonso Davies.
He's flying. He's flying. Hold it. So much space.
Sané.
So
Kane. Kane has a shot blocked by Bruno. Well done.
Come on. Where's Shaw? Keep an eye on Shaw.
Yeah.
Let's just see how he's
got
managing
2-on-1
this.
Luke Shaw on that side. He's got Kane and Coman. They've gone the other way though, luckily.
This is edgy seat stuff, this, isn't
It's
it?
horrible.
You just wonder if a
Well
goal...
done, Varane.
Come on,
Jesus
now
Christ.
what can we do? Because we've got to score. We have to score at least one for a glimpse of hope, and we can't even get out of our own.
Do you know some players? Do you remember like Eric Bailly used to run quite sort of knees to chest? Like really like high knees when he was running. Raphael Varane, his knees don't fucking come off the ground. His feet don't come off the ground when he sprints. I wonder if that's a hamstring thing or a hip thing or...
He's been taught to run that way.
No, I think it's he's running that way to protect something as his career goes on.
Offside.
He does not lift his knees at all when he runs Varane. It'll be interesting to see if Luke Shaw...
Interesting first half of football, this.
Yeah.
'Cause
2 minutes
no
left.
one's really stood out. Bayern looking much better on the counter, but you can't say they've tested Onana a lot.
But I would say they've been the more dangerous team, definitely.
Yeah.
Half-time, 0-0 in the other game. I can't see it ending that way, but so far they're doing their bit anyway.
Yeah, you'd think Galatasaray would want to just go for it.
Yeah.
You know, they've come so far. They've gone to Old Trafford. They've beaten us away. They've drawn at home with us.
Go on then.
They've got the best
Push,
opportunity to go into the next round of the Champions League. All you got to do is beat Copenhagen. I bet that's a tasty game in the crowd as well.
Yeah. Both crowds were excellent, weren't they?
Yeah.
Copenhagen and Galatasaray. Very hostile.
Very good. Very, very in sync, the Copenhagen fans, when I was at Old Trafford that night. It's like they must practice.
Yeah. They meet up.
Unless they're just incredible rhythm.
Go on, Dallo. Right,
Dallo.
do the right thing here.
Oh.
It's a shit pass. God. Well done, Garnacho.
We just don't look that dangerous.
No, we don't. Dallo and Luke Shaw on the left. It's a shit cross from Dallo. Dallo's looked pretty good.
Come on,
sort of
get hold of that.
on the ball, and then every time he's had to do something with it, has been.
It's nice. It's nice.
We literally can't even get the ball in the box. We're trying to cross it, and it's just hitting the fucking first man every time.
It's very frustrating. We've got no one who cuts through. Who can cut through?
No one's making a running behind. No one can literally lift the ball above knee height. Half time, there we go. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. A cagey first half there. Interesting stuff, yeah. Both games at half time. Ten Hag running. Harry Maguire off injured during the game. Looks like a groin injury. That's one of the main things. We'll hear from Ronaldo Brown in just a minute as well. Get your thoughts in on that half. First half, you mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. Cagey, edgy. What did you make of it?
I think the only positives you can take is that you're still in this.
Yeah.
Still in it. There's a 45-minute half incoming where if we can get a goal and other things fall our way, we are still in the Champions League. We're not down and out yet. We're not got a mountain to climb. We simply need a goal. But our attacking lineup is, for me, not putting any sort of fear into Bayern Munich's defence at all. I think they are ready for the night. I think Bayern are settled perfectly to deal with what they've got in front of them. Højlund's getting man-marked. Our sort of aggression on the wings is being isolated. Anthony and Delo can't really communicate too well. So I think we've kept the game 0-0. I just don't see where a goal's coming from at all.
Yeah.
And we need it. That's literally what we need, a goal.
We do. Ronaldo, give me your thoughts on that first half. 0-0. Happy, confident, surprised?
Has it not felt a bit like a game where one team knows they're through and the other team knows they're out? That's what it's kind of felt like a little bit.
You think United looking slightly almost not giving up, but slightly, reserved? The
game looks really flat to me, and I think even Bayern look like they've almost half-assed it as well. And I feel like we've shown a little tiny bit more vigour, but they've shown a little bit more quality in certain instances. But I feel like from both teams, there's not really been much in that half, really. I feel like there's not been much chances. If you look at the XG, United have got 0.09, which is a little to nothing. Bayern 0.34. I think the biggest chance they had was a Sané one.
Yeah.
I think Bayern have played in moments, but to be honest with you, they've been like going through the motions. I think it's been kind of one-paced, and I feel like United have huffed and puffed a bit at times, but not really shown enough quality in the final third. I think Anthony's struggling against Davis. Davis just has him beat for physicality and athleticism. I think Mazraoui's done well against Garnacho as well down the right, and then Upamecano and Kim have kind of bullied Højlund tonight a little bit. They've been really aggressive and really tight. And as for that, I just feel like it's been a game where both defences have kind of won out, really.
I'm a little bit worried because you've got 45 minutes of football here, where obviously the game in Galatasaray Copenhagen is still 0-0, which is exactly what we need it to be. Yeah. Right now,
is this the
we are one goal away from possibly getting into the next stages of the Champions League. But where do you think, Ronnie, that goal comes from? Because I am seeing Bayern Munich absolutely dominating our attack. Like you said, Højlund's getting man-marked out of the game. I don't see a goal for us at all.
Right. Do you know what? Because obviously, I've got a comment there. Carl Wilson said, Anthony's not struggled against Davis because he's megged him 3 times. This is the problem with... So, right, because he's megged him 3 times and barely gotten on the end of the other side and provided no other attacking threat. You're counting Megs as wins now. This is where we've got to.
No, Megs can't be counted as wins.
Do you know what I mean? This is where we've got to.
Anything.
I'd rather crosses, chances created, and goals rather than Megs. But that's just me, not you. Maybe not you. But anyway, I think it's one of them where even Kane and Sané haven't really arrived. Yeah. I think we've been sharp in terms of our off-the-ball work, and we showed a little bit of moments, but I think it's in the final third where we seem to be struggling, where I feel like their defence has our attackers beat in that sense. And I think even going the other way, I think our defenders have defended well against their attackers, and it's kind of been a cancelling out job. But it has a vibe of Bayern can like turn it up a gear or two and just and just score. Do you know what I mean? But
there's been a couple of times, haven't there, where they've just gone ping, 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 and they're in our box or around our box. Like the 2 or 3 times that I mentioned, it happened twice in the first 10 minutes and then again later on, where they just ping it around, and then they've got someone running. Do you know where Bournemouth crossed the ball from for their first goal of the weekend? That sort of just inside the 18-yard box, pulling it across goal. And then obviously Solanke tapped it in. They've got into that position 2 or 3 times.
But we've got a touch on it.
There's been Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I feel like Shaw, Maguire when he was on, Varane and Dalot have been fairly solid in terms of stopping him and getting last-ditch tackles in, last-ditch touches, and defended really relatively well. And I think it's one of those where we want to not be exposed. I think, again, we've seen a bit where we have a decent initial press, but if the press gets beat, it seems like there's like a chasm between the midfield and defence that they can run into. But I still think they've not been that threatening, and obviously we've seen that we've created little to nothing.
How many? I know you showed the XG. How many shots have we actually had? We had 1?
I can't.
It's had 3 total shots, 1 on target. They've had 5 shots and 2 on target.
But that doesn't account for
no big chances for either team.
I'm surprised. I would have thought that Sané one was somewhere approaching a big chance.
I think because he basically didn't shoot though.
He doesn't shoot.
So they might have registered it because he flapped it. Do you know what I mean? He kind of hit back across.
So his head went.
Yeah.
Clean off.
clean off. They're still looking for the top.
Listen, I got to take the positives from this.
Go on then.
1 goal away from Champions League football we are right now, as things stand. 0-0, the Galatasaray Copenhagen.
Yeah.
That's what we need. If we can put the ball in the back of the net and the other game falls the way we want it, we're into the next round. There's a lot of ifs there.
There's a hell of a lot of ifs.
But you got to be confident. And I'm putting a brave face on it.
Yeah. Arcade Machines with a super chat says, to be honest, yes, the attacking wasn't great, but I'm so impressed by United pressing and passing as of late. The pressing has been slightly better than it was earlier in the season, certainly less disjointed than we've seen. I think, in recent weeks with Martial and Rashford in particular, you definitely get more pressing out of Garnacho and Højlund. I think defensively, I don't necessarily think we've been completely closed, but I do think that we've at least worked very hard defensively, even if at sometimes, like I said, they've still gotten behind here and there. I think that United are certainly at least doing their best. Yeah. Second half, maybe not changing in terms of personnel, but just what do we have to do differently to win this game?
I think something that was identified before the game, I kind of mentioned it to Steve mentioned it, that Upamecano, sometimes you identify players that are pressing triggers, and it's shown itself in the first half, where when they play out, I think Upamecano's a major weakness in their build-up play. He's always been fairly shaky on the ball. You've seen him make mistakes in big Champions League games against the likes of PSG, Man City, and he struggles in terms of his ball security. Yeah. And you've seen it, he looks kind of nervous on it when we press him as well. But I think if we nick it in their half when they're being a little bit lethargic, because I feel like they are being a little bit slow and lethargic and just kind of going through the motions a bit. I think if we nick it and then kind of go up the gears a little bit and maybe catch them out and score a goal, we can maybe be a little bit more pragmatic after that, sit behind the ball and see if we can kind of shut out a 1-0 win. But I think I'm kind of hoping that they don't play any better and then we just pick it up a little bit, because I think that's probably like as poor and like lumberous that as Bayern can really be, to be honest.
I was going to say the issue is that's them at almost their worst, and we aren't looking particularly dangerous or controlling even against that version of Bayern. Yeah, like that is a bit of a concern for me, because they've got a lot more levels to go to than we have if it comes down to it.
It seems that, because what we need is goals, obviously. 0-0 means nothing to Bayern, but it does nothing for us, so we're going to need to score. But as we've said in the first half, I think physically their defence is just completely outmatched our forwards. I think that back four of Davis, Mazraoui, Kim and Upamecano against Garnacho, Højlund and Anthony, it's been a bit of a mismatch really.
And I think the one thing that we've struggled as well with is bringing other players into the attack. A couple of times we've seen Dalot there or thereabouts, but we've not seen Bruno get into the attack. We've not seen Luke Shaw get into the attack almost at all. So it's almost always been like 3 versus 4. And, at the best of times you're going to struggle when it's literally just your players versus one more of their player. Yeah. I feel like we need to see... This is why we need to hold possession a bit more, and sometimes when Bruno's just booting it forward, we need to get players up there so we can 2v1s and get players running in behind and stuff.
One thing I've noticed, I think Bruno's played a little bit deeper today.
Yeah, he has.
Bruno's played a little bit deeper. He's taken a little bit more responsibility in the build-up and got on the ball deeper. But I think it's beneficial in a way, but then you kind of lose out on his creativity in the final third, so we might be missing that a little bit. But for Bruno and McTominay to play together in the same team, then McTominay unfortunately has to be that furthest forward midfielder, because that's where he's best. Yeah. Even though that's where Bruno usually is better when he operates. But obviously McTominay's been the man that's been chosen. He obviously has shown over the past few years that he can't play in that deep kind of midfielding pivot role. No. He's not that great on the ball. He doesn't really circulate the ball well, and he's basically a box crasher that gets in to good areas and he finishes well, but other than that he doesn't really provide much else. So I think Bruno's kind of sacrificed and played a little bit more deeper, but I'd like to see Mainu come on instead, just so that Bruno can be pushed up a little bit where he plays his best football, and we probably get a little bit more control in there. Even though it's not been the worst, obviously possession stats were 50-50 for a while, but the last 5 minutes they control the ball a lot, so it become like 58% to them, 42 to us. But I don't know, I feel like after watching it, there's not much you can say really. It was fairly uneventful.
And the problem is there's not much you can do. personnel-wise, especially now Maguire's gone off, so we don't have the luxury of maybe moving Shaw to centre back. There's question marks about whether he's got a hamstring injury.
We'll see, won't it? They'll be assessing it right now, won't they? We're going to bring Shaw back on. What's going to happen there? Oh, it's a big 45 minutes. I just don't think we've got the personnel to win it. And that's not me being too negative. That's me just being quite looking at the squad, looking who's in there, match winners, people who can step up. Maybe Bruno. He could have an amazing next second half. Højlund can break away from the restraints that he's had in the first half and maybe learn how to, get past the defenders or maybe lose one here and there, and he can step up. A little bit of Garnacho magic. That's what we need, essentially.
Yeah. There's been a lot of times where we've seen Garnacho being tricky, looking good, spinning his man, and then just the next man comes in.
Yeah.
That's what I was on about before with we need more players in attack, which obviously leaves us open for the
one thing you could have said is could Ten Hag, I know it's a very tricky thing to do, could Ten Hag have left someone who we've got in the starting 11 now on our attacking front, could they have left them out of the starting 11 just to bring on for moments like we may need in 20 minutes. For example, you've seen Garnacho, what he can do to a team.
But imagine we're 0-0
yeah.
and we're barely making an attack and Garnacho sat on the bench. Everyone is slagging Ten Hag.
I know.
You've got to
I know.
start.
The
problem is he ain't got many options at all.
I know. So now it's 0-0. We
Yeah.
got Palestri. I mean, he's a decent player, but he's not a Champions League, let's get you into the next stage sort of guy.
No.
We'll see. Because I think he's going to have to make some sort of attacking change. Soon does he look at McTominay? Does he push him up and take off? And fiddle with the attacking. Fiddle's a funny word. Fiddle with the attacking lineup that way, and then bring on Mainu, keep McTominay up, bring him up, push him higher, and use his. He can score a goal. He's our top goal scorer this year, which is crazy to say, but that's how things are going.
Yeah, don't know.
Well, it's a big 45 minutes for Ten Hag. Huge.
Yeah, no, it is. I think a lot of people will be critical of Højlund, obviously, in that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a situation at United where we've got a lot of players starting week in, week out that really shouldn't be, but there's literally no choice because there's no one performing better. There's no one really better in the squad, and there's no one really playing better. Apart from the Mainu situation where we all think that he should start. When you really look at it, players like Garnacho, Højlund and Anthony aren't players that we ideally want to start for United. Even the likes of Amrabat, Evans, people have questions about Delo.
Yeah.
I think fans literally have question marks about 90% of our players. But realistically, for a United to be in a situation where they are improving and they are kind of getting closer to challenging the other top sides, we know that Garnacho isn't at the level yet to be starting week in, week out for us. But it's just where we're at the moment with certain players.
You look at the top teams, they've got players like, Haaland and Salah and, Arsenal's is a slightly different lineup, but even Saka, you would say, has sort of got that consistency. We're playing players who are all still trying to prove themselves, and none of which have proven they're top players yet. And they all might turn into it, but Manchester United, generally speaking, should have a few players in their squad, and certainly one or two in the front three that are well-known, notorious, proven players. Yeah. And the fact that it's all just hope and potential.
We haven't got a goal on the bench,
isn't it? No. Well, we ain't got a goal on the pitch, really.
Oh,
and we ain't got a goal on the
training.
bench. Wan-Bissaka's warming up.
He's coming on for sure.
Is he? Is that something, mate?
That's what people have been saying.
Fucking hell.
Because obviously we saw him have a little bit of a hamstring issue, so we might have lost Shaw and Maguire.
So our back four at the start of the game will end
with Liverpool on the weekend.
2.
But to be fair, full backs on the weekend could just be Delo and Wan-Bissaka.
We've become used to that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Dalot playing left back.
It's just about
where's Malacia?
It's who's going to partner Varane.
Who is Malacia? Did he ever exist? Did we just invent him?
He's going on a Reece James route, isn't he? Just We've seen Reece James is out till mid-Feb, March.
That's what I was saying to you earlier.
Everyone be right back. At the minute.
Be right back.
People calling Reece James the best be right back in the world. As in, I'll be right back. That's harsh, innit?
Everyone's doing my head with injuries at the minute.
I know. Alex Buckingham says, we don't play with overlapping fullbacks enough, so when wingers beat a man, they're wrapped up by the next man. It gives defence time to get to the wingers. But we saw overlapping and underlapping fullbacks against Chelsea. We saw it a little bit against Bournemouth as well. I think Ten Hag does want some of that. He does want movement and attacking threat from his fullbacks. But again, look, now you're seeing a right back at left back, a right back who he doesn't fancy that much clearly in Wan-Bissaka at right back, a 35-year-old at centre back, and a 30-year-old who looks like he's out the door in Varane next to Evans at centre back. Like, how can you be as free flowing as go on, get up at the pitch as you want to be when you've got literally maybe one of your starting players in the right position? We're back to that spot again. If everyone's fit, maybe Varane starts next to Martinez. But
do you know what I feel like?
Not.
It's one of those. Have you ever seen a cartoon where there's like something really heavy that's dangling down from a rope, and then the strings pop off one by one. Pop, dunk, 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 dunk. I feel like we're on 3 strings before we're done.
Yeah,
but we're holding on still. We're holding on.
About holding on. Second half's kicked off. Ronaldo. What are you saying? What are you thinking?
I think it reeks of a. It's definitely not a 2-2 as I expected.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it actually ends up finishing 0-0 to be honest. But I just feel like there's going to be maybe a goal either way.
Yeah, I think Bayern might get one, and they might get one now. Thank you, Ronaldo.
I also hate when we don't face the Stretford end in the second half. I always feel that's a bad omen.
Yeah, they probably did that on purpose.
Yeah,
didn't they?
The
Hamstring for Luke Shaw. Yeah.
Here we go, kicked off. Next 45 minutes paints a picture for United's season. Are we going to be playing Champions League football, or are we going to be either? We've got 3 options.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that the fact that our season can go in 3 different ways in 45 minutes.
I know.
Europa League, Champions League, before call.
From Upamecano there, just playing the game. He's been shouldering Højlund all night, and then he gets one, just goes flying.
But to be fair, fair play to
Højlund.
Just give him a little.
Yeah,
I think someone might have pulled him in and said, "Just go fucking." You know, there's get in there, get a bit more aggressive.
Well done there, that's better. Anthony going into the box here. Oh, it's a great tackle from Kim Min-jae there.
We never really look in those final moments that we are.
Oh, it's a fucking goal kick as well. It's kicked against Anthony. It's a great tackle.
You couldn't get better than that.
The pass to him was slightly. It never came across his body, did it? It wasn't a bad pass. It was a very good pass from Bruno. But if it had have been slightly firmer, he could have let it go to his right hand side and
go on, Anthony. Well in.
The issue, but
there's that hunger, that fight. Come on, the players must want it. Come on.
Yeah, of course they do.
But
they're just playing against good players. It's hard. Bayern wants it as well, and they've got better players than us.
Sometimes I don't see it in some players.
Are you not seeing it tonight? I am.
I'm not seeing it as much tonight. I'm 70% seeing it. Are you 100%? What percent are you?
I don't really know what you're asking.
Gauging how up for it do you think they are today?
I think they're very up for it, United.
Percentage wise. I'm on 70.
Okay, I don't know. 80.
What? 80?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they're very up for it. It's a massive game for them.
Come on.
Good. Right.
We're 13 minutes away from when that guy told us to start paying attention.
He said first 60, pay attention.
Nice. Come on, we're back. A little bit of space now. Got to make the most of this.
See, look though, by himself. Well done, Anthony. Good run, but at least it drew the men away a minute, so Wan-Bissaka had some space. But too often, the winger gets the ball.
Yeah.
Our fullbacks are too nervous to sort of push on.
If they are regrouping nearby, if they are slightly slacking a little bit.
There you go. This is more like it. Wan-Bissaka. There you go. Wan-Bissaka behind here. Get a cross in. He's pulled it back into the box. Bruno.
Oh, Bruno.
Oh, just hit the fucking target. You don't have to hit it the hardest you've ever hit a football. Just aim for the bottom corner for once. I feel like footballers don't aim for the bottom corner anymore. Is that
call?
It's all like hit it as hard as you can.
That was a hit.
No one's passing it in the bottom corner. That's why that goal. Who was it the other day for Chelsea against United? who scored.
And it was just one of those that you just...
Cole Palmer. That goal stood out because he just passed it in the bottom corner. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to smash it as hard as you can. As Sané's counter-attacking now for United, crossed it in, passed away for a throw-in.
We do this a little bit where we sort of drop the ball in the second half right at the start. Don't let it be like this.
Yeah, we did it against City, didn't we?
City was key. 1-0, you thought possibly we could still in this, and then fuck me, 5 minutes in, and then you got to watch the game. Rest of the game, 40 minutes, knowing that all right, you're not definitely out, but there's a mountain to climb.
Yeah, United need the first goal there. I don't see us coming from behind. We have to score the first goal.
Yeah, Bayern made a sub.
Oh, they did?
Lima came on.
Oh, Conrad Lima. Or Lima, yeah, however. I think was it this summer they signed him from? I think it was Leipzig. Sort of a utility guy, can play full-back, play defensive midfield.
What is on?
Plays wherever you want him to play. Fucking hell, Johnny. Jesus Christ. We put a bit of less on that.
I brought emergency chocolates if we need them. Mars bar. I think it really bad.
How many have you got?
We've got one more, I think.
What else was the other one?
Well, you're not going to like it. We're running low on the sweets in the
office.
office.
I don't like Mars bars, so what's... Oof.
Strawberry one.
Strawberry cream from the Quality Street.
And
that's what is this? Is this what we pull this if United concede?
Yeah. or we eat it right at the end when they win.
I feel nervous now. I always did, but it's getting real now, isn't it?
Big. This is 40 minutes of real moments in Ten Hag's career at United of which way it might swing.
John Evans has had the ball 3 times and given it away 3 times so far this half.
It feels like we are headline news every single week, innit? There is no moments where we go under the radar.
Well done. Good defender there from Varane.
Oh, come on. Where's your fight? Get in there. Nice.
That's good.
I always worry that Varane's going to pull up.
I know.
Then who do we bring on then?
No one.
Just play with 10 men.
Just bring a second keeper on. Just bring Bayindir on. Get him standing goal.
You'd probably put Onana out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, play him at centre back. Well done. Weirdly,
it's not bad.
Better though, much better. That's a good pass though from Lima there. Oh, come on, Bruno.
A little glimpse of skill and class that they have, just making their attacking, counter-attacking just slightly better.
Well done, Aaron. Come on now.
Well done. Aaron!
Don't rush it. Keep the ball. Well done. Good there from United, though. That's the first time in the whole game it's felt like
we had a decent opportunity to score.
Yeah. We actually got the ball out wide, and for the first time, Garnacho actually had a bit of space there, squared it, and it's fantastic defending by Kim Min-jae. I've not seen much of him since he went there, but he was fantastic for Napoli. I don't know what the reviews would be from Bayern fans, but he's been very good tonight. A couple of excellent tackles, one on Anthony and a block there. Right place.
Right time. Oh, Anthony. If you're going to do that, bloody make it work.
Is he going to get sent off for that? Didn't Rashford get sent off for that?
Oh, he's getting a booking. Well, he fucked it there, hasn't he? It's decisions like that
he didn't do much wrong. Fucking hell.
He lost the ball and then he got a yellow card for acting out.
No, he wasn't acting out. He was trying to shield the ball.
Do
you know what?
He knew exactly what he was
Obviously,
doing.
I don't want this to happen. Rashford got sent off for that. Didn't he? That's exactly what Marcus Rashford got sent off for.
There's no consistency with these people. There is no consistency. They're all fucking thick.
I almost think because he's booked him, that stopped him getting a red. If he'd have not given anything there, they'd have been checked for potential dangerous play, and they might have given it.
Oh, God. That's all we need.
There you go. That was better defending from Johnny Evans, just pushing Musiala over. We need to take advantage of the fact a little bit that the referee's been quite lenient on physical tackles.
Yeah, they're letting it go. I think he knows that this isn't the aggression in this game is going to be making the football better, and it's going to create the flow a bit better. This isn't two teams that hate each other.
No, it's not
you
like
don't
a
have to keep a lid
match.
on it.
No,
like these teams are going to give it to allow it to go a little bit. Oof.
Oh God. Fuck me. You can't just stop.
Wait and play to the whistle. Oh. Go on. Keep going. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Bruno. Yeah, it's just a waste though, isn't it?
It's a bit more of a. There's a bit more leniency here on Bayern's side.
Bruno, just you get into a good position there. Do the right thing.
We're finding
taking a shot with no run up across your body. It's just not it, is it? The chance of that shot going in are 2 out of 100. Copenhagen are winning. Where's it at? Copenhagen.
Copenhagen are winning.
Copenhagen are winning. As it stands, United are
no
out. That's the one result we don't want.
Even if we win, then what happens? Do we go into Europa League?
If we win, we're going to Europa, yeah.
Right. It's not the end of the world.
We haven't won yet. Fuck off, Musiala.
We've only got ourselves to blame, though, if we win tonight and other results don't go our way, because we had it. We had some of the results in
this
the part,
This
right?
bit is correct here, but the league table isn't correct. But that is Bayern Munich and Copenhagen, as it stands, would go through. Galatasaray would get third, and Europa League and United would be out. Bastard. Plenty of time yet, though.
Fair play to Copenhagen, lovely part of the world.
Have you been?
No, you went and told me about it. So it was great.
It is really nice.
Expensive though, isn't it?
Oof. Fucking hell. They'll pay the price if they don't win tonight,
Really?
let me tell you.
Yeah.
They're used to paying the price, though. That's why they don't mind.
I know, it's mad.
It is a lot.
They do what they want, don't they? Especially in Norway.
That's not Norway, is it?
Yeah, but especially like that kind of,
Part of the
European
world.
countries. Sweden. Try to buy a pint in Sweden for under a tenner.
Have you been to Sweden?
Yeah.
No, but you have.
I've been to Sweden. I've been to Sweden. You've been to Sweden?
No.
Lovely part of the world. Lots of great scenery. Some crazy laws over there in Sweden.
Is there?
Yeah.
Such as?
Such as like, I don't want to make this up, but
But you
like,
will.
You can go and just chill out on, if it's a sunny day,
Right.
you can just go and chill out on anyone's grass.
What, on their...
Yeah, on their lawn and everything. There is no rule stopping you.
Only if it's a sunny day, though?
No. Obviously, I think it's a sunny day.
No, there's not a fucking law in the land that's got the phrase sunny day in it, Joe. Is there?
Someone help me out on that.
Sunny day.
Someone help me out on that. No, don't put sunny day in. Sweden law, other people's land. See what comes up there.
It gives you the right to walk, cycle, ride, ski and camp on any land, but I think it's private land, with the exception of private gardens.
But any land, apart from private gardens.
Scotland's like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, fair play. Wonder who did it first.
The Swedes or the Scots. Sorry.
Christ.
Bruno must get the ball over, but he didn't. He did really well.
Any land.
Well done, Garnacho. Time.
They're a bit late, aren't they? Bloody hell, that was scary, that. Oh! What's going on? Oh, man, that's a terrible, terrible league we're being showed as it stands. United, rock bottom.
Yeah. It's
Rock
not good, is
bottom. Even goal difference. Would it save us in any way?
it? No. I think we want Galatasaray to win that game. If either of them have to, we want Galatasaray because then a draw would be enough for us to get Europa. Come on, man. Garnacho does so well there and then just slips over as he's making the pass. Oh. Just overhit there from
It's
Musiala.
a lot more open, this.
Yeah.
A lot more runs.
He just overhits it actually, doesn't he,
Yeah.
Musiala? I thought at first the run wasn't great, but actually Musiala just hits it too hard.
Oh my God.
I know.
This is crazy scenes.
I know,
What,
they're going
18
long
people
in
in
the
our
end.
box.
Well done, Højlund. Man
Come
on.
on. I mean,
Well
he's
done, brilliant.
absolutely taking
Really
the
good
mick.
centre forward play that. Now Anthony's got just your 3-on-1.
Come on. Oh,
That's the problem with fucking Scott McTominay. His second touch is a fucking tackle. You're in a great spot there. You've got no one near you. You've turned your man. You've done really well. And your touch is awful. So then the pass is awful. You've got space there. That's the problem. Big players, good players, can win you a game from a position like that. He's on the edge of the box and he's got space. And his touch is too heavy.
Come
So
on,
annoying.
we need Galatasaray to step up.
It's good if he's arriving on the ball, but if he's got to do it himself, that's the problem when you play him up in the 10 and you play Bruno a bit deeper. There's no creative outlet from him whatsoever. He doesn't do anything that any other player couldn't do.
It's a tricky game, this.
It's horrible.
Look at him. Do you think he's I'm just... What?
Josh Giffen with one of my favourite Super Chats, referring to me telling Ronaldo how stressful the game's going to be. He says, I wish someone had warned me how stressed I would be before the game. Yeah.
You didn't let it go.
I
Poor
couldn't.
Ronaldo
Yeah,
was like...
Ronaldo was like, no, I'll be all right.
know
I was
you're
like,
gonna
no,
be
you
stressed.
won't be all right. This is going to be horrible.
Yeah, well,
Expect
I'm not
the
as
worst.
stressed now. I'm not as stressed now because the other game isn't going how we'd like it. If it was still 0-0, I'd be on the edge of my seat. But the footballing gods have taken out of our hands.
For now,
And
it's
we
only
ha-
1-0.
For now.
Galatasaray get one goal and all of a sudden we need to win anyway.
Bloody hell.
Did you not know that?
I knew that. I'm just a bit more like, do you know what's frustrating as well? Look at Bayern having a lot of the ball. Some possession stats coming up. It's just like, Ten Hag goes, right, oh, God, I'm back. Come on. Ten Hag turns to the bench and goes, fuck me. He must do. He must have a plan.
Who, Ten Hag?
Ten Hag must have a plan.
I don't think it involves Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire getting injured though, does it?
Yeah, but that's not the point. It still involves someone scoring a goal.
Yeah, but we can't invent forwards who don't exist.
That's what I mean. But he must have a plan for our attack in the final stages of the game if it's 0-0.
I think it's leave these lads on.
Oh,
what would you do?
Trouble.
You'd be saying he must have a plan. What? No, that's just nonsense.
What do you mean
can't just
nonsense?
give me this abstract concept that is a plan when there's no one better than the starting 11 on the bench.
So you're just gonna leave them on and hope it works.
Who would you bring on? What would be your plan?
I'd plan far in advance.
What
if
are
I
you
was
on
the Man
about?
United manager.
That doesn't make Rashford fit, does it?
No, it doesn't. But he's like, oh right, do you bring Pellistri on? Do you make
I'm not.
up top?
What would your plan be?
Forward. I'd look to Pellistri as the only, or Mainu
Hugo.
coming on. I'm pushing up McTominay higher.
As a striker?
Probably.
This is a bad spot. Space for Goretzka. He's skied it.
They're all shit.
Oh, it's Kimmich showing up Goretzka.
Got to have a plan. He's stunned. Are you stunned if you don't have a plan?
But what do you mean, a plan? Of course he's got a plan.
So what? Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that the plan works. You can't guarantee it works. Do you think the reason everyone loses a football match is because they didn't have a plan? Or
I think if you plan,
you win.
Go on,
you plan, you win every time.
Sometimes the plan doesn't go to plan.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what is the plan?
Well,
it's 0-0.
Right.
When does the plan start?
I think maybe, to be honest, being 0-0 after 63 minutes is probably halfway
It's a good
toward the plan.
Yeah.
Scott, fucking hell, man. His touch and his ball control is so bad.
He's my only hope. That's my plan.
Your plan is push him further up. Push him so far up that he's actually in the Stretford end. Oh no, it's not the Stretford end we're shooting against, is it? Just have a plan. Just hope he's got a plan, man.
I hope he does. We should be seeing it soon. Less than half
What
an
do you
hour to go.
expect? Him to throw a Pokeball on the pitch and fucking R9 to
Can't
pop
believe
out
you
of
think
it.
you think I'm stupid for suggesting that. Ten Hag might have thought what he's going to do with anyone on the bench after 70 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's not
goal.
what I'm. That's not what I don't get. I can't get my head around. It's the idea that like, just if he has a plan, that means that the bench is all of a sudden better players who's going to win us the game. I just want a plan, yeah. Just a plan.
But he might start it.
Well done, Anthony. He's done well there because he went into that knowing the only thing he could do there was win a foul.
Yeah.
Because he's got no men near him. You could see Amrabat was shitting himself, and he had to do it. He did well there. Do you remember those apple and blackcurrant chew bars?
No.
They were like a bruiser.
A bruiser?
Yeah.
No, that's what they were called. Bruisers. Google them. I'd have one. We got one.
They're the exact colour of Bayern's kit.
Nah, I don't remember them.
They were
And
delicious.
I ate a lot of sweets. Do you remember?
And you were a bit of a bruiser as well.
Yeah,
so you think they would be right up your street?
Bruiser. What a crazy name for a bar.
I know, yeah.
A bruiser.
Probably because they look like bruisers because they were green and purple.
Yeah, why'd you get with the black eye? You wouldn't have that, would you?
No. They're blackjack.
True. I hate them.
Do you?
Oh, they don't taste very nice. Is it licorice?
It sort of is, but it's not as sort of nasal as licorice. It's
Even
quite
the
light.
word licorice should be
Well
banned.
done, Andre.
Well done, Nana. You know what?
Yep, don't say it.
All right.
Yeah, don't say it. Because he only takes one.
Must be here we go.
Go back. Well done. Space. Time.
Got a little
Go
bit more
forward. Go
A
forward.
little more fluidity in this
Don't
midfield now.
force
a
it.
little
Well
bit.
done, Bruno. Just find a pass. Scott McTominay is just
Oh, man.
keep the ball. Good
Nice.
touch. Well done. All right, Bruno's on.
Come on, Varane. Johnny Evans.
Hey.
Varane.
At the end of last season, when he was getting, did he get relegated with Leicester?
Yeah.
Do you think he thought he'd be playing in the Champions League against
Bayern Munich. In front of 75,000 people.
That's
That is a
insane,
whole
isn't
team.
it?
Probably not.
Maybe on FIFA. Keeps.
Yeah, if he was the manager, like controlling himself. Bloody hell. When you want it to come out, he's not there. What was that about?
Yeah, here he is. Look, Thomas Muller coming on.
God, the assist king.
He is.
That's Muller.
He's the assist king, isn't he?
Yeah. This must have been part of the plan. We're falling into the trap.
Did he? This might make me look stupid here. No, he wouldn't have done, would he? No, of course he wouldn't. Forget that. It's 20 years ago, man. He wasn't playing 20 years ago.
Did he win the World Cup or something?
No, I was going to say, he didn't. Did he play with Owen Hargreaves, who's on commentary when he was at Bayern? But he didn't. It was before his time. He probably was in the academy, wasn't he?
Probably. How old was Muller again?
Muller's only like 30. He's not actually that old.
It's not too bad. When did...
He came through at Bayern in 2008, I think. Obviously, Hargreaves had
came
gone by
over.
then. 2007 or 6, he left. So, to be fair, it wasn't that much of a mad question.
No.
He left Bayern in 2007, Muller in 2008. You know what?
Like
I'll take
ships in the night.
that. They probably were at the club at the same time, though, because he was at Bayern since 2000
Yeah.
as a kid. Okay, I'm not that much of an idiot. Go on, then. Go on, Garnacho. Scott McTominay.
Here we go. So Scott playing a little bit higher.
He is, he's right in the tempo.
Hoyland needs... Come on, Hoyland. You've got a big old 20 minutes in front of you, mate. Headlines are waiting. Man United 1. Bayern 0. Hoyland. That's the headline.
Yeah.
Just Hoyland.
Very matter of fact, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
They'd usually put a little pun or some sort of spin in
God,
there.
oh God.
That one's just
Decent.
standard.
Help him out.
Okay.
It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's horrible, actually.
Galatasaray still 1-0. Getting beat 1-0. My God.
Yeah.
What a game.
As it stands then, just to reiterate, United will be out of all European competition. Galatasaray will be in the Europa League, and Copenhagen and Bayern Munich will qualify for the next round of the Champions League. United out, as it stands. Still 25 minutes to go, though. Maybe even slightly longer, depending on stoppages.
Bloody hell. It's a nightmare, this.
It is horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what United...
yet.
Got to start. We've got to start pushing it.
Not yet, though.
What do you mean not yet? But when, Joe?
With 10 minutes to go?
Oh, what a boring next 10 minutes we got in front of us then. Get in their faces. We're Man United.
Right, yeah.
We're-
But look, how far has Man United got us in the last 10 years? We've won one Champions League knockout game at Old Trafford in 10 years. I know this isn't a knockout game, but we can't really wear Man United our way to winning games anymore.
Oh, way to put a damper on it, Joe.
I'm sorry.
Come on, what we got?
A lot of space there.
Bayern have seemed to take the foot off the gas a little, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they have.
They're in it for.
They probably know they can step it up for 10 minutes and win the game later.
So we're both going to step it up in 10 minutes' time.
That's going to be outrageous.
Strap yourself in, folks. Here we go. What's on his hand? Hey,
Puppet.
who's warming up for United?
I
Manu?
can't even say.
What? No one knows whose throw it is.
It's Bayern's throw.
God.
It's horrible, this.
Yeah, I'm on the edge.
20 minutes to go.
20 minutes.
Bayern Munich just passing it around the edge of United's box.
There needs to be something that breaks the equilibrium. Is that the right thing to say?
Don't know, not really.
You ever seen Sexy Beach?
Maybe. Oh, they're in here. Yeah, they've scored. Bayern have scored. Is he on? He's on. Kingsley Coman. I don't know how, but all of a sudden he's fucking 1-on-1, 6 yards out. Kingsley Coman. He's got so much time in United's box there. That didn't even seem real, did it?
It didn't.
So much time in United's box there. How's that happened?
Fully gutted now.
United haven't even had a shot on target second half.
How? Why?
So Kingsley Coman is 30 yards out, and he just makes
run. Oh,
Wan-Bissaka, man. That's why he plays Dalot over Wan-Bissaka. Stuff like that. Wan-Bissaka is genuinely 4 yards behind the rest of his defence playing him onside. That's why he doesn't play him. Because he switches off.
It's awful, this.
He switches off and he's got... I mean, obviously the keeper's got no chance. He's literally got 3 touches inside our 18-yard box on the edge of the 6-yard line. Wan-Bissaka playing him on. Good stuff. Fuck me. That's the end of that. United need 2 goals just to qualify for the Europa League now.
Really is quite deflating, isn't it?
Have we had a shot on target second half? I don't think we have.
Really
Have we had a shot second half? Oh yeah, Bruno's put a couple wide, hasn't
he? It really is quite deflating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah.
Anyone blaming Onana for that can literally go fuck themselves. It is the stupidest thing you can possibly do there. Your fullback plays their attacker on. He's got 3 touches of the ball inside the penalty spot, and you think it's the keeper's job to save it from there. Fuck me. Just idiots looking for something rather than actually seeing what's in front of them. You can't, that has nothing to do with Onana, is it?
No.
He's literally stranded. Kingsley Coman can go either post, he can go through his legs, he can put it where he wants.
Defence really have let themselves down.
Jesus Christ.
From keeping the high line. Come on, what's this one? Oh.
Good running behind, poor touch from Dalot. But really, again, it's Neuer.
Poor Dalot trying to pick Neuer up there. He's too fucking heavy for him.
The touch isn't great, but it's a fantastic ball from Onana, by the way.
Yeah.
The touch isn't great, but unless the touch is fantastic, Neuer's there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just too heavy. It's not even a bad touch, really.
Who are we anymore?
Martin P says, does anybody expect any more from this squad? Being out of Europe is what United deserve. Interesting.
What's happening now?
I don't know.
No, you're all right.
No, we're bringing Hannibal and Palistro, and there's your plan.
There's a plan.
Good luck to him. Fucking hell. I like them both as lads, but you got 20 minutes to save your Champions League lives, and it's 2 young lads who have not really played.
It will be a miracle if we are in any way in the next, even in Europe. This is a miracle. We need a miracle.
Go on.
Even to get into this, we need in the next 16 minutes. We need a miracle to happen, even to be in the Europa League.
Yeah, we're not going to.
We're not a miracle kind of team these days.
No,
there's not players that have that spark about them at a minute for Man United.
So who's coming off? Number 17.
Hannibal coming on.
Garnacho and Anthony off for Hannibal and Pellistri.
Stupid. Stupid.
Go on then, why is that stupid?
Fucking stupid.
Who would you have brought off?
Take off 2 of your attacking
Who would you have
wingers.
brought off?
Stupid. That's stupid.
Right.
That is
You said
stupid.
right. You said he needed a plan.
He's thick.
He's made a plan. He's trying to execute it, and you're saying it's stupid. It hasn't even happened yet. What's he meant to do?
I don't know. Taking off both Garnacho and Anthony at the exact same time in a response to try and get back at Bayern, going 1-0 for Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy to see it, me proven wrong here.
I know what you mean.
It'd be thick. He does me head in sometimes.
But what exactly had Garnacho and Anthony done in this game for the last 75 minutes that makes them?
I'd take Anthony off. I just wouldn't. I would have kept Garnacho on.
Fucking hell, Johnny, man. Coming again here, Bayern. And luckily,
What?
oh, they got fucking
Get the
lucky
ball.
there.
Get the ball. Get the ball.
Christ.
Oh. This is just like a slow. What is it? 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. Death of 1,000 cuts.
The death of 1,000 cuts.
Lima's looked pretty good since he came on.
Yeah. Just seems to be certain players that they find like little gems for these big teams. Like Bayern, they just do stuff that can just seem so simple, but yet have such an effect on the game.
Yeah.
We just don't seem to offer that. Come on.
He's offside there, surely. No.
No.
Muller, edge of the box, back to Lima. We just don't have the options, do we? I mean, there's so many issues. I don't think we've been tactically too poor tonight. But once the goal's gone in, what have we got?
Yeah, it
What
really
options
does
have we
kill it.
got?
It really kills it. Kills on the pitch as well. Kills it in the crowd. They see that the task ahead is so sort of out of this squad's reach.
Yeah.
When it was 0-0, you still think, right, it's a scrappy goal here. Even little crazy results that, sort of stand out in Champions League history. Like we just don't seem to have it in our locker. Oh, I'm watching now. I bet Galatasaray really close. So it's 1-1. So then if we did win, we would have gone through. It's like bloody hell. Come on, just give it a little. Blistry, how small is he? Bloody hell, a load of balls. Fuming. Come on, let's go. Get in there a little bit. I'd rather have a
foul. Come on, Scott. Don't be a dickhead. Fouling Harry Kane for no reason isn't going to help, is it? I'm pulling the ripcord.
You having your chocolate.
Yeah. That was designed for when Bayern scored.
Just to make things a little bit better. I've kept my Mars for another day. For full time.
For the second goal.
Bloody great clearance that. Well, then
Come on, Hannibal.
Come on, Hannibal. Come on, mate. Come on, give in. Give him some. Go on. Yes, that's it. Get that pressure really building on him. Might as well. You got 15 minutes left in the Champions League.
It's a bit better.
Champions League next year. It's going to be a mountain to climb.
Our
But
ball.
bloody hell, we can do it. We might not be playing Champions League football next year. You might as well make the most of this. Fucking.
Well done. Come on then now. Well done there, Dallo. Every little flick and deflection and this, that and the other is just not bouncing for United tonight, is it?
No.
Mainu coming on.
Mainu coming on.
Who was saying? Amrabat?
Yeah. just to calm the game down a bit.
It's been too fast.
Yeah.
It's been too exciting, this game.
It's just quite frustrating at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any manager would struggle here with that squad, with that team. You'd need a genius, really.
Yeah.
We had one for a long
Varane.
time.
Varane coming off for Kobe Mainoo. Fucking hell.
When was the game where Ten Hag took off both centre backs? Like at the dying depths of the game.
It was Arsenal, wasn't it?
Isn't it?
We ended with Maguire and Evans playing, I think. Was it Arsenal?
No, I'm talking about I think this was maybe last year.
Amrabat's dropped to centre back. Well, we Varane and Martinez both got injured against Sevilla, didn't they? The 2-2.
It was, yeah.
Might have been that. They both came off. Jesus Christ. We've got Amrabat playing centre back. We've got Kobe Mainoo pinging balls out to the left hand side. It was a good pass, that's it. Hannibal, it's poor from Hannibal.
Oh, for God.
Three of them tackled him there. Oh, this is good. Vasu Rai says, thank God we're not CR7 FC, Joe, because soon we'll be a championship club thanks to you lot. Keep backing Ten Hag. Celebrate out in Ronnie and De Gea disgrace. Yeah, cheers, mate. It's good stuff, that.
I'm having my Mars bar.
Remember before Ronaldo and De Gea were at Man United? Remember we were just in the championship every year? Do you remember that? That was good, wasn't it? I'm glad Ronaldo and De Gea got us promoted out of the championship.
Yeah, you know.
And also, I had absolutely fuck all to do with David De Gea or Cristiano Ronaldo leaving Manchester United. But other than that, spot on.
Oh, God.
And also, if I remember rightly, we did really well in the Champions League when Ronaldo and De Gea were here 2 years ago. Do you remember how good we were in the Champions League? We were fucking ace. We won. I think we won it, didn't we?
We got through, though. What's the Galatasaray score? 1-0. Fucking hell. Didn't even matter anyway. Didn't see it that way. There's nothing we could have done today.
There's still 15 minutes left yet.
I don't think there'd be bags of extra time either because fuck all's happened.
Not been a lot of fouls even, has there?
No.
Free kick to Bayern. Good defending there.
Ooh,
Johnny
get that
Evans.
second. Oh, sticking through. Oh. Crack.
Did well twice there, Johnny Evans.
What do they talk about in the dressing room, these players, after a defeat to Bournemouth like that, and now knock out the Champions League? What is that about? What did he say? That is anyone in the dressing room like rallying them, fuming with them, banging heads together?
Probably not.
Making them see how important it is to fucking play for Man United and how, you know. Also, it's their careers as well. You want to play Champions League football.
Ooh, Harry Kane there, header from
That was nearly
14
going
yards
in.
out.
That'd be tip of iceberg, that.
You what?
That'd be the tip of the iceberg, wouldn't it?
What would?
Harry Kane scoring. Look how close he was. Tip of the iceberg, you know what it said?
What does that mean?
It's like the thing that crashed the Titanic, innit? All of our problems are sort of hidden.
Oh, and Kane is just the most recent.
Kane's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, love that. Sorry, I didn't get you. I didn't get you this time, but I do actually get you now.
Have you never heard that?
Yeah, I have heard it, but I've not really heard it used like that before.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not what
I've never heard someone say, bloody hell, that'd be the tip of the iceberg, wouldn't it?
No, yeah, maybe I used it wrong.
Usually icing on the cake is what people go for.
Cherry on top, I'd say.
Yeah.
Tip of iceberg.
Bit of whipped cream on it. Oh, I hate games like this.
FIFA Club World Cup.
Bayern annoy me as well because they're not even that good. If these play City, they fucked it. We need someone who can stop
got to admit
City.
though, Joe, they're not arsed here.
No, but they weren't
They're
particularly good
through.
against us the other time either. I know they're right. Yeah, I'm not. They're not. I don't
They're
mean
through.
that. Yeah, I know
They've not
they're
lost
through.
a game in 40 odd games in the
I'm not saying
Cup.
they're shit. I'm saying they're not that good. And if they play against City, I'm looking now. Who's going to stop City winning another treble? Who's going to stop them winning back-to-back
Anyone
Champions
can
Leagues?
stop him these days.
What are you on about?
Well, Madrid will stop him.
Right, let's hope so.
You got to hope. Also, as well,
I
if you
don't think
catch them early enough, then they haven't hit the momentum yet. City can be stopped in the earlier stages. It is those final games and those final moments where you think, fucking hell, they can't be actually beating it.
Once they get that,
Once they get that momentum where they've got
they've got their February to May, they win 15 games in a row.
Catch him. Oh, February's the next.
But then I was going to say the next games after this are in February.
You have to beat them in the first leg of the very first game.
6-0
by a very big score.
And they'll lose 5-0 in the second leg, but by then it's too late.
Time's slowed down, hasn't it?
Well done,
I was at
Johnny.
8. Go on, Johnny. Woo, Johnny.
Well done, Cobby. Come on.
Why
Bit of
are we
fucking
getting
energy here?
Come on.
You've got 10 minutes. A goal might be
Why are
enough
they
for
previewing West
Europa.
Ham versus Man United?
What?
West Ham versus Man United. Why are they previewing that? That's miles away, isn't it? Got Liverpool next.
To be fair, it is miles away. It's 2 weeks away.
Quite far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got Liverpool next. That's going to be rough.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Anfield. Oh. Crikey.
Come on now. What have we got now? 10 minutes probably to go.
Where is
What is the left?
balls?
What's left here?
Get them out.
Because at the minute,
Show them.
it doesn't look like much, does it?
No, it doesn't.
We've got Dallo playing left wing.
Nice. Oh, a bit of a shot
Bruno
from... I
booted
love
it
that.
straight to Neuer.
Christ almighty.
When's the last time one of Bruno's big fucking boots over the top got us a goal?
Don't know. Must be stressful, this.
That needs talking out of his game sharpish. Ten Hag needs to say, when we're searching for a goal, the one thing we don't need is you just booting it up front as far as you can. Advait says, sort of going for the Arsenal last year, one less competition, giving the manager some time to figure things out. Not going to lose my optimism.
We're not doing that on purpose, though, are we?
No, but neither
Like
did
we are.
Arsenal.
Well,
Arsenal got knocked out of the Europa by Sporting Lisbon. They didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose.
They weren't even in the Champions League, the losers. Come on, Aaron! Fucking hell! He's given the ball away more than he's fucking found a
Said
United
that.
player since he's come on.
What are you talking about now, Tuchel and his mate? They've fucking done it. You're through. Fuck off.
What is that?
Awful.
It's Bruno
just
trying to
sums up
fucking
how
long
bad
ball over
we
the
are.
top. Like, it doesn't work. It's so rare that it works. Like Bruno's, look at him. He's our deepest player.
Oh,
That's not going to win us the game, is it?
Ref.
Say, neither's that.
You
Pass
book-
it to the fucking winger, man.
here we go.
Now he's got 3-on-1 and he ain't got any fucking studs on. That's good.
Yeah. Decent. Right, get one here. Couple more minutes added on. We're flying.
Absolutely no chance. I don't think we'll have a shot between now and the end of the game. It's been fucking awful this second half. Not even like we've played bad. We've just been like a well-drilled under-15s team where they don't make a lot because they're not really trying, but you cannot do anything to them whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? We're completely impotent, aren't
Yeah, it is. It's just draining me a bit. Oh, Bruno, decent. Go on.
we? Johnny Evans.
God.
Good touch, Amrabat.
Johnny
Go,
Evans.
go.
Go on, put the ball in.
Dallo with a whip. Straight to their fucking centre back.
So slow.
If you was fast as Alphonso Davies, would you just sprint to the shops and that all the time? I'd be sprinting everywhere, mate.
Would you?
Yeah. I'd be using it non-stop.
I'll be
using
chasing ducks.
using my powers for good.
You ever caught a duck off guard?
No.
Getting to the park early enough, they're often in the bushes. But then when they see Buck, the dog, they scurry in.
Right.
So if I was that quick, I'd catch up with them. I wouldn't do anything to them. I'd just like let them know I'm there.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Kick them at all, or?
No, I'm gonna kick a duck. Be tight.
Wooden pillar straight.
Nice. Oof. How would you kick the duck?
No. Go on then, Dallo. What have we got?
Oh!
Straight out for a throw in.
There's nothing about this team. We got no character really, have we?
Not really.
It
They're a bit of an empty shell at the
It
minute.
feels an empty shell. It feels like there is no one home. Like, you're at Old Trafford, at least give a little. You're about to crash out the Europe completely. These are your names on the team sheet. This is you playing for Manchester United, and no one's home.
In the group stage with Copenhagen and Galatasaray as well. And we've won 1 game out of 6.
And even that, we need
Liam
a
in the
last
comments
minute.
saying it's the first time we've ever lost 4 games in a group stage.
Really? Bloody hell. That's a
5
bad
minutes stoppage
start.
time. 2 goals.
We're literally at a bit of a breaking point here, I think. But the elephant in the room is no one at the top is in control to address it. You've got a transaction happening between 2 billionaires about who controls the running of the football, the side of things. And until some people know who's controlling it, then the decisions are getting made.
The thing is,
we're in limbo.
Sorry. Yeah, we are. We need 2 goals here because, as it stands, because Copenhagen are winning, the only way a draw would be enough for us to get Europa is if Galatasaray win. So we need either 1 goal and Copenhagen and Galatasaray need 2, or we need 2. Like,
Johnny Evans, if I was Johnny Evans now, I'd get a yellow card or get sent off because I'm not playing Champions League football again, am I? You just
fucking elbow Goretzka in the nose.
Imagine I wonder how finishing your career with a suspension. I bet Zidane did that, didn't he?
Internationally.
Oh.
All the games finished 1-0. So United need 2 goals in the last. We're out of the Champions League. We need 2 goals
out.
in the last minute,
Ring
2.5 minutes.
Bells of doom.
3.5 minutes to scrape Europa.
And that would be scraping it.
And it's not going to happen, is it? We need to beat Bayern Munich. We can't beat the first man, let alone fucking Bayern
What's
Munich.
Onana doing there? Bloody hell. Oof.
He's done well, to be fair.
Well, he's done well. Well, he's not finished yet. Oof.
Go on then, get it forward. No movement at all, is there? Look at the front line there.
It's not fun.
No one's making a run. We've got Johnny Evans, first
Come on
the first man again, as we always do.
I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've seen this final moments of a game before. Where
Counter attack here for Bayern.
they've got to be in some
shit
poor
pass. Shocking
poor
pass. Don't know who he even is. He's just come on.
Get him off.
That's the end of it, innit? Ryan R says, have a beer on me, lads. Thank you very much, Ryan, mate. Fuck me. Just woeful, innit?
I'll play a bit of James Blunt. Cheer me up.
Go on,
Oh,
right.
here we go.
Counter-attack
Here
here.
we go. Let's get 1. Drawing's not bad. Can't lose 4
Well done,
fucking
Maynard.
games in 1 group stage. As someone said, it's never been done before.
Free kick to United. Yeah, take your time with it, lads. Just take your time with it. Because, right, they might not know the score of the other game, but they know that a draw puts us out of the Champions League. We've got a free kick with 2 minutes to go, and we're not even trying to fucking score. It's just fucking embarrassing, isn't it? Just an absolutely fucking riskless like, just impotent performance from Man United, this. Just, as the game's gone on, we've had less energy. We've not built towards anything. We've not gone at them. We've not, knocked on the door. We've not done anything. Have we even had a shot on target second half? Have we had a shot on target at all?
We looked better in the first. We looked better in the first 10 minutes, but then we all just sort of drained away a little bit. Then the sort of end of it all was the Bayern goal. But since then, you just looked a bit deflated, weak.
Hoyland's gonna have fucking PTSD from having Upamecano on his shoulder for 9 minutes.
You don't understand how much this might affect Hoyland's actual progression. Such batterings in his career.
Yeah, I know.
His actual confidence.
This is what happens, though. This is what United do, isn't it? We bring a player in who's clearly very talented, scoring loads of goals in the Europa League, in the Champions League. And eventually, you stop giving him the passes. You don't run him behind as much. You don't square the ball to him. You don't make the runs as much. And all of a sudden, you got fucking Anthony Martial in your hands. He used to look promising as well. 15 seconds to go.
We might not play Champions League football now till 2025.
Quite possible. Although, everyone was saying that not being in Europe will let us focus on the league, so let's get top 4 now.
Gotta hope so.
There you go, full time.
Done. Awful.
United out of the Champions League, United out of Europe entirely.
Awful.
Jockey Trot, a toothless squad. Fucking hell. At least he gets a bit more time on the training
Everyone's
ground.
toothless. Everyone's shit.
4 losses in the Champions League in a single group stage. United have never, ever done that before. Just appalling, really.
I feel like 1-0 makes it worse. I feel like 1-0 because it's just a slow sort of death to this Man United squad in the Champions League. Group of players who really just seemed like they didn't have the spark or any sort of aggression behind them to try and get the win for fans who were at Old Trafford today. All of us watching here at home as well. And I feel like every single one of them let themselves down today. And every single bit of the coaching staff as well. They should be ashamed of themselves right now because they've honestly let everyone down. 4 losses in the group stage of the Champions League and not even putting up a bit of a fight against Bayern Munich. All of it is just shocking.
Yeah. It's almost like, even if you just take this game out of it, Bayern Munich, they're better than us. You can stomach that. Being 2 goals up twice against Galatasaray, not winning the game. Being up against Copenhagen, not winning the game. Just embarrassing stuff. Scoring 9 goals in 3 away games in the group stage and getting 1 point from those 3 games.
It's embarrassing.
Is awful. United are out. We'll be back in a few minutes for the full review. We'll look at what's gone wrong for Manchester United once again. Freezer Burnt Peas with a super chat says, thank God, no Europa, full focus on the league now. We're going to need the full focus to even get that fucking 5th spot and hope and pray that gets us Champions League football.
The writing's fully on the wall here. Ten Hag needs some sort of miracle because the squad is weakened, more injuries.
Yeah, 2 more big injuries now. We'll go through all this on the review. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. We're back in a few minutes. Stay where you are because you'll be taken straight to the review. You don't have to do anything, don't have to click anything. Just stay there and we'll be back. And you can get your comments in and we'll go through that. We'll hear from Ronaldo as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 1. We are out of Europe, out of the Champions League. I mean, out of ideas at the minute, it seems. Eric Ten Hag. See you in a bit.